Thank you, Moira.
Online.
Hello, Monday.
On digital radio. And on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2.
Mesdames et messieurs,
Thank you to Lady V. 6:32 now. The team are good to go.
It's the most wonderful time. Yes, the most wonderful time. Oh, the most wonderful time.
This is London.
Of the day.
Happy Monday, everyone.
Good morning, Britain, and welcome to another day here on planet Earth.
I see you on the street and you walk on by. You make me wanna hang my head down and cry. If you gave me half the chance, you'd see my desire burning inside of me. You choose to look the other way. I've had to work much harder than this for something I want. Don't try to resist me. Open your heart to me, baby. I hold the lock and you hold the key. Open your heart to me, darling. I'll give you love if you turn the key. I think that you're afraid to look in my eyes. Oh, baby, you look a little sad, boy. I wonder why. I'll follow you around, but you can't see. You're too wrapped up in yourself to notice. So you choose to look the other way. Well, I've got something to say. Don't try to run, I can keep up with you. Nothing can stop me from trying. You got to open your heart to me, baby. I hold the lock and you hold the key. Open your heart to me, darling. I'll give you love if you turn the key. Open your heart with the key. One is such a lonely number. Open your heart, I'll make you love me. It's not that hard if you just turn the key. Don't try to run, I can keep up with you. Nothing can stop me from trying. You got to open your heart to me, baby. I hold the lock and you hold the key. Open your heart to me, darling. I'll give you love if you turn the key. Open your heart with the key. Open your heart, I'll make you love.
Madonna, open your heart on Radio 2 636. It's Monday morning. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the show. Welcome to another brand new week. Here we go. And the team are so up for it this morning, it's not funny. Jumpin' Jimmy Flash has fired up the text message machine, ready for the first Good Morning Chris Clubs of the week on the text 88291 now. I think it's a little unfair of Miss Ellie to dish out the roles this week and to give Jumpin' Jimmy Flash, the least mobile member of the team this morning, the job that involves walking the most to and from the studio, because That's what happens with the text. Because we get hundreds, and the text machine is further away. That station is further away from this studio than any other station. And Jumping Jimmy Flash ran the Windsor Half Marathon yesterday. And he's a little stiff, to say the least. But he's smiling, which is all that matters. Jumping Jimmy Flash stayed at our house last night, so you wouldn't have to drive all the way home, which is a couple of hours, and all the way back this morning. And Jimmy will tell you, we were in bed, Jimmy and I, and in fact the whole of the Evans clan for 10 to 7 last night, weren't we? 10 to blimmin' 7. And we loved every second of it. Right, who else is here? Matt Gibbs and Matt is searching the email inbox. Crystal Evans at bbc.co.uk. Marvellous Mira has her headset on, ready to take the calls. Moira's newsing, Vassar Sporting. Lynn is travelling. Lord Park of Dungeness is on the bells, whistles, levels and faders, and that pesky Miss Ellie. Once again claiming pregnancy to get her out of the Windsor Half yesterday. Keeping the team on track as we begin another wonderful week on The Breakfast Show right here on Radio 2. And what about Strictly Come Dancing? What about Debbie McGee? Everybody's talking about her. How good was she? 59 years old. And Reverend Richard Cole's on this show talking about Strictly at 8:15 this morning.
Summer's here.
I thought he was great. I think he'll make it minimum to week 2.
Another year, one more beer, another song comes on the radio, so loud and clean, yeah. Your whisper comes in my ear. I follow like a season, not afraid of what I'm feeling. Oh, I'm swinging. Short, and that's all long. Nothing sure in this world till we're gone. Fear disappears each time I close my eyes. I kiss you once, a kiss, I kiss you twice. It's in the air we're breathing. Oh, can you taste the freedom? I'm swinging with my eyes closed, got my head down, wide open road. I'm swinging with my eyes closed, only God knows how far it goes. Fist up in the air, roll like we don't care.
Swinging with my eyes closed, 20 to 7. Now, I don't know as of yet whether it's raining all over Great Britain today. We'll find out in a bit with Carol. But where I've been so far, from about 5 o'clock onwards, it's blimmin' pouring down. So please be careful out there. I've never seen rain like it. Never. Since I've been doing this show, since I've been commuting from sunny Berkshire to central London, whilst having the honour, the pleasure of doing this show every morning, I have never seen rain like that. So please be careful out there. Right. Penelope Pinkerton says, morning Chris, can I join the club? I have a dentist appointment at 9:30 to mend a broken front tooth. I've hardly smiled all weekend. Well, hopefully you'll be smiling later. There you go, Penny, you're in the club. Give it a go now. Helen O'Neill says, morning, Chris, can I join the club? Up, ready for my second week of college. I've just started my law degree at the age of 50. Good for you. Ali Chedsey says, can I join the club, Chris? Good morning. Back to work after a week off decorating. Just about to head out for a cycle ride along the riverbank and seafront of Highbridge and Burnham-on-Sea. Have a good day. All right, so probably not raining there by the sounds of that. Andy in rain-soaked Chesterfield. Here we go. Good morning, Chris. Can I join the club, please? I was going to go on my bike, but I'm going swimming instead because of the rain. Good morning, Chris. Can I join the club? Up, ready to take my husband's car to be serviced later this morning, says Joe Page with an I. You're in. Rachel in Shepstead says, good morning, Chris. Can I be in the club? I've been up since 5 and rescuing my 2 horses from a field in the torrential rain. I've securely got them into their stables now to warm up and dry out. Good morning, Chris. Up early and feeling very stiff. Oh, here we go. Hugh in Bracknell, just round the corner. I've managed to haul myself out of bed after running the Windsor Half yesterday. What a lovely day and what a crowd. Yes, indeed. Agree on both those counts. Morning, Chris, says Ed. Can I be in the club, please? I'm on my way to the train station/rain station for my commute to Horwich for a busy day developing. Then I have a French class after work. C'est fantastique. Oui, well, absolument. Comme tu veux. Chaise long.
This year, Radio 2 hits the big 5-0, and we plan to celebrate it disgracefully.
Join me, Anna Matronic, alongside Craig Charles and Trevor Nelson for an all-star party live from the Manchester Apollo.
With special guests Shalimar, Soul to Soul, and the Fantasy Funk Band with Shauna Scoffrey, Omar, and Lisa Stansfield.
Radio 2's All-Star Party. Join us for a night to remember, Saturday night from 8 on BBC Radio 2.
The sound of Radio 2.
Thank you, guys. Today's Big Screen Belter now. Chosen by our second Joe of the morning, Joe Pritchard. Good morning, Joe, in Crowland. In Cambridgeshire, and she says this upbeat banger makes an all too brief appearance in this hilarious film about an out-of-shape slacker called Dennis. Haven't seen this film. He proves determination can lead to triumph by running a charity marathon to try to win back the love of his life. Libby Joe's Big Screen Belter from the film Run, Fat Boy, Run is the Fratellis with Chelsea Dagger. Lynn Balls is next. Vassos Alexander to follow. And then, who knows what?
She said you know me well. I've seen you and little Stephen and Joanna around the back of my hotel. Oh yeah. Someone said you was asking out to me, but I know you best as a blagger. I said, tell me your name, is it sweet? She said my boy is Dagger. Oh yeah. I was good, she was hot, stealing everything she got. I was bold, she was over the worst of it. Give me gear, thank you dear. Bring your sister over here. Let her dance with me just for the hell of it. Well, you must be a boy with bones like that. She said you got me wrong. I would've sold him to you if I could've just kept the last of my clothes on. Oh yeah. Call me up, take me down with you when you go. I could be your regular belle. And I'll sit dance for little Stephen and Joanna around the back of my hotel. Oh yeah. I was good, she was hot, stealing everything she got. I was bold, she was over the worst of it. Give me gear, thank you dear. Bring your sister over here. Let her dance with me just for the hell of it. Chelsea, I believe that when you dance and slowly, stuck in your
is Run Fat Boy Run. That's not for Jumping Jimmy Flash. That's not for him. That's not that wouldn't be fair, would it, Miss Ellie? That's not why you put this in, is it? Jumping Jimmy Flash did very well yesterday. Up until the last mile. Actually, I know what he was doing. He was waiting for me, so I didn't come last. That's so nice of you, Jimmy. That's why you got that extra large grin and tonic when you arrived at ours last night. 13 minutes to 7 is the time. Friday morning. Choose your big screen belter. bbc.co.uk/radio 2 our page and the big screen belter. Lynn's here, Lynn's here. Good morning. Hi, Lynn.
Hey
You all
there.
right? So Angela Merkel, her win has been eclipsed by the resurgence of the far right. We'll get onto that later. No, we won't. The time. It's all about Debbie McGee for us. How good was Debbie McGee?
How good was Strictly?
Yeah, Strictly was amazing. It's the highest figure ever for a launch show, and it's, 100th year now, or whatever it is. But Debbie McGee, 59 years young, wooed the judges, got an 8 from Craig.
I know, that
was unbelievable.
He was scoring really low.
Yeah, well, I think he gave Debbie an 8 and everybody else a 3 or less.
Yeah, basically,
but,
yeah.
I mean, she was pretty spectacular, wasn't she?
Ooh, stand back, everyone.
And the front page of the Mirror today, Debbie McGee, Strictly Debbie, as she's now called. After just one weekend, see how things can change. How I stay in shape at 58. I thought she was 59, sorry about that. Weather, good morning, Chris. It's a lovely day here in Great Yarmouth. Well, let's all go there then, because it's not lovely here.
How can you tell? It's still dark,
Not lovely here. By the way, Great Yarmouth, be careful. Be careful because Carol's been on. She says there is a band of rain moving across the country from west to east. It's quite linear on a national scale, but when it's over you, it's like being in the tropical rainforest. It looks like it'll mostly have gone by mid-afternoon, but it's moving there from west to east. So, Great Yarmouth, it's coming your way.
You see, you say that, you send that text in, and then he comes for you.
I'm out. Lorna Mark says, good morning, Chris. All abroad. Oh, you're early. We're listening to you from sunny Tenerife. Can we have an international Radio 2 mention, please? Why not? There you go. You got us going on that one, on the text 88291. If you're listening overseas, if you're listening abroad, we want to hear from you. Now, back to the rivers. Sorry, roads.
Slow traffic on the M6. If you're northbound, 26, that's the M58 to 27 at Standish. M62 westbound, 21 to 20. Milne Road to Rochdale, one lane closed. There's a fuel spill. Traffic's being temporarily held on the M1. If you are northbound, this is at Nottingham, 26 to 27. They're just getting to grips with an accident there. Stranded vehicle on the M6 on the southbound side, 13 to 12. Stafford to the A5. Unicorn Dawn warned us about that one. Just one lane closed at the moment. Also an accident on the M42 to watch for. It's northbound, 5 to 6. That's Solihull to the NEC. And problems on the M11 if you're travelling south, just before the M25 at Junction 6, an accident blocked a lane there. Also got an accident on the M4 eastbound at Junction 5, Langley, one lane closed. That's going to delay you as you head into London. Back with more in half an hour.
All right, how come you sound like Frank Sidebottom again and Lynn sounds fine? Well, because she's on the non-germ side of the desk, you see.
I think you'll find it's always the non-germ side of the desk
True,
here.
actually.
Just saying.
Simon's bunged up, I'm bunged up. Jeremy, he'll be bunged up by lunchtime, no doubt about that. And if he isn't, I want to know why.
Nice. Lovely, having a great time.
Right, Vassal's here next with the back pages. Lots going on in the sport.
She says, it's not you, it's me. I need a little time, a little space, a place to find myself again, you know. Oh yeah, I know goodbye when I hear it. She smiles, but her heart's already out there. Walking down the street, she says,
I don't want nobody else, I love you.
She's lying.
There won't be somebody else, and that's true.
She's lying.
So you'll always be my friend, sweet darling.
What does she pretend? Ain't no doubt it's plain to see. Woman like you's no good for me. Your heart beating at another door. I'm a dumb fool for to ask for more. Ask for more. Ask for more. She says it's like in the song, remember? If you love somebody, set them free. That's how it is with me. But you know I'll always come back. And then she kisses me. And somewhere I hear a door slam. So I say fine. And just hope that I'm a better liar than she is. She says,
I don't want nobody else, I love you.
she's lying.
There won't be somebody else, and that's true.
She's lying.
So you'll always be my friend, sweet darling.
What does she pretend? Ain't no doubt it's
number one, ain't no doubt. I'm going to guess now. 89? 90? 92? I don't know about that. Right, 87. Vass here. Morning, Vass.
Good morning, Chris.
Your eat?
Yeah, good. How are your legs?
Fantastic, actually. Legs are fine. Just above the neck. Before the weekend, it was below the neck. Bit chesty. Bit sort of glass-throated. But today it's just... I think it's working its way through.
Yeah.
But running 13.5 miles doesn't help. Doesn't help.
Immune system is a little bit compromised. It's not. That's not.
It was worth it, though.
Doctor's orders.
Lovely day yesterday.
Wasn't it?
I love that half marathon, winter half marathon. Everybody should do it. The whole country should do it. We should have the Great North Run. We should have the little Great South Run. Should be the winter
Well, there
half.
is a Great South Run.
Is there?
Yeah, it's in
It's
Portsmouth.
not that great. I've never heard of it. Harry, the not-so-great South Run. Sorry, Portsmouth. Right, beautiful morning in Suffolk. The sun is rising now and it's warm. Having coffee in the garden while waiting for some bread to bake for hot bacon rolls. Well, make the most of it because there's a band of rain coming with your bread and your hot bacon rolls anytime soon.
Well, I got up this morning and Caroline had put the bread maker on and you could smell that the bread was almost ready. And I looked at the bread maker and it still had 11 minutes to go when I was due to get out of the house. And I thought, can I just take it out and slice myself?
You wouldn't
a bit
want
of
it,
bread?
though, because it's got to start to cool a little bit so it goes crunchy on the outside. Otherwise, it's too soft and doughy.
I didn't, which I thought was quite noble of me.
So, well, did you?
Yeah.
Good. Well, good. I'm glad you thought that about yourself. Back pages, please.
Loads in the back pages. Let's start with the Guardian. It was the Berlin Marathon yesterday. It was a fantastic race. So this is in honour of all of you.
Is the frothy coffee man mentioned?
Yeah. Well, I thought he might be.
Is he pictured?
Well, here's the thing, because there was the Elliot Kipchoge who was going for the world record, and then there was an unknown runner,
frothy coffee man,
who nearly beat him, only until the 25th
not
mile.
the frothy coffee man, not the frothy.
Did Elliot Kipchoge from somewhere find the reserves to win? Because he looked like he was going to get beaten, and the world record was on for some of the race. It turns out it wasn't the frothy coffee man, but it's just great, and I love this. Every time I read about Elliot Kipchoge, I find out more about him. I did know the fact that when he's training, in the hills in East Africa, he takes his turn mucking out the loos, going to fetch water from the well. They call him the boss, but he acts like exactly the opposite.
Perfect.
And he's just a great, great, great athlete, a great human being. Moeen Ali, he scored England's second fastest ever century yesterday as England beat the West Indies. This is cricket in the one-dayer. I like his quote, "I just had a slog and everything came off." That's in the Telegraph this morning. Now, Roger Federer's Ryder Cup of tennis, Europe against the rest of the world. It went ahead in Prague yesterday.
Yes.
It was a big success.
The Fed Cup.
It's not called the Fed Cup.
But it should be called the Fed Cup.
It should be.
Because then there's the FedEx Cup as well.
Yeah.
Same weekend.
Well, there is the Fed Cup already, which is the women's
is there?
Yeah, Davis Cup.
Sorry.
But I mean, why not? He's Roger Federer.
Yeah, he's the Fed.
It's called the Laver Cup, and Europe beat the USA. It came down to the last match, Roger Federer against Nick Kyrgios, and he won, and he was playing doubles with Rafa Nadal.
It came down to the last match with Roger Federer in his own tournament. Was there a script here?
No,
sure?
There was a script, but it was, it was all... And well, the other thing is I think they made Sunday's matches count double, even though they were still just sort of matches.
Tennis was the winner.
Yeah, tennis was the winner. Nice to see Nadal and Federer play on the same side of the net. Then you've got the NFL players in London yesterday, all sort of
anti-Trump.
Anti-Trump protesting, and a couple of surprising football stories. Number one, FIFA, that's the FIFA, them lot, seeing sense and saying, yes, you can wear poppies on your shirts,
Thank
England.
you, FIFA, that's very nice of you.
Number two, a Premier League footballer saying, do you know what, I'm happy where I am. What?
Shock horror. Yeah. What about the golf? What happened with the golf and Justin Rose?
Justin Rose? I don't know. I haven't checked.
He could have won 10 million quid.
I know. He was 4 off the lead. He had a bad third round.
Don't tell me what I don't want to hear. Tell me what I want to hear.
Paul Casey was leading after round 3.
I don't check.
Round 4. My bad.
Massive.
I'm ready for the real thing, but nobody's selling, no. Except you and yours saying, open up your eyes and ears. Let me in, you must be out of your brilliant mind. You must be out of your brilliant mind. You're at the stage, I want your empty words heard and everybody's ready. I want to know your secrets.
but you are not telling. You're just gesturing, saying open up your arms and heart. Let me in. You must be out of your brilliant mind. You must be out of your brilliant mind. And I'm at the stage where I want my words heard and no one wants to listen. No one wants to listen because everybody's yelling about you and yours and how I'd have the answer if I'd only open up and let you in. They must be out of their brilliant minds. They must be out of their brilliant minds. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Furniture, brilliant mind. So Ian says, I can confirm the Band of Rain is still around. I'm sitting on the pool ferry and I can just about see the sandbank side. It's only 400 yards away, so this Band of Rain is passing from southwest on a diagonal up sort of north-eastwards across the country from west to east. Beware of it. It's horrific. It's horrendous. Right, International Radio 2 calling you. Are you listening overseas? If so, where? With whom? Why? What are you doing there? How long will you stay? Will you ever come back? Will we ever see you on our shores again, please? You can text us 88291, email us chris@evans@bbc.co.uk, tweet us, Instagram, face, cloth, us, all those things. Special morning to Kat in Belfast, a nurse. Good morning, Kat. Listening to you on my way to work as a nurse after a night gigging. Busy. Have a great one, Kat. Here's more now with the news. It's 7 o'clock. This is Radio 2.
BBC News at 7 o'clock on Monday, the 25th of September. Good morning. Angela Merkel has begun trying to form a government in Germany after her fourth election victory. The Labour conference will debate Brexit and hear plans for capping credit card repayments. And police say the stabbing of a surgeon near a mosque in Greater Manchester was a hate crime. The German Chancellor Angela Merkel is beginning the process of forming a new coalition government following yesterday's election, which saw millions of voters defect from traditional parties to support the far right. Mrs Merkel was re-elected for a fourth term on a reduced share of the vote as the nationalist AfD won its first seats in Parliament. Jenny Hill reports.
Angela Merkel may have won the election, but it could be months before we know what Germany's next government will look like. She now has to find coalition partners for her Conservative Party. She's likely to woo two very different parties, the Greens and the business-friendly Free Democrats. Germany is still absorbing an historic election result. This was Mrs Merkel's worst ever performance at the national ballot box, and the AfD party, the far right, has entered the political establishment, winning seats in the Bundestag for the first time.
Labour's Brexit spokesman will tell the conference today that the party are the grown-ups in the room and stand ready to take charge of the negotiations. Sir Keir Starmer will make the remarks during a debate on EU withdrawal, but the BBC understands that a Labour statement on Brexit won't say whether the party supports continuing membership of the single market after a transition period. Labour is to announce that it would make sure that no borrower using credit cards had to repay more than twice the amount owed. The party wants to extend the rules that apply to payday loans, limiting payments of interest and charges to credit cards. One of the party's spokesmen on the economy, Jonathan Reynolds, said many people had become trapped in debt because of a squeeze on living standards since 2010.
We've got about 3 million people in this country in long-term persistent debt. Now, that's not good for the individuals involved, but it's not good for the economy either. We want to make sure nobody is having to pay back more than double the original sum that they've borrowed. That's the right way forward. Of course, there'll be a relationship and a dialogue with industry about that, but we think effective regulation is the right way forward.
The fourth round of Brexit negotiations begins in Brussels today. The European Union team will have its first chance to comment on the speech made by Theresa May in Florence on Friday. A surgeon has been stabbed as he walked to a mosque in Greater Manchester where he's an imam. Police are treating it as a hate crime and have arrested 2 men. Andy Moore reports.
Greater Manchester Police said the victim was stabbed in the back of the neck in broad daylight as he made his way to the Altrincham and Hale Muslim Association. Sources have told the BBC that Islamophobic comments were heard. He's been named locally as Dr Nasser Kurdi, a consultant orthopaedic surgeon. He was taken to hospital but has now been discharged. Detective Inspector Ben Cottam said there was no place for hate crime. Action would be taken against those who jeopardise the safety of others.
The United States has expanded its controversial travel ban to include North Korea, Venezuela and Chad. They've been added to the list of countries whose citizens are prohibited from entering the country because of poor security or alleged failure to cooperate with America. The regional government of Iraqi Kurdistan is going ahead with today's referendum on independence, despite regional and international opposition. The move has been fiercely opposed by the Iraqi government, Turkey and Iran. Twice as many people will live to at least 85 over the next 20 years, and there won't be enough people working in social care to look after them. Researchers say there will be 3.2 million people at that age, many with complex health conditions and needing long-term care. Mike Padgham of the UK Home Care Association says the employers find it hard to offer good wages.
The type of people needing care nowadays is much more complex, so it's hard work. There's a lot of sickness and absenteeism. That means people working double shifts or longer, so that's unattractive. And for what? We ask for more qualifications, and yet the pay is very poor. Providers could do more, but we're working on very, very tight margins already.
Football's governing body FIFA is set to lift the ban on international footballers wearing poppies during matches. Last year, England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland were all fined for letting players wear poppy armbands to commemorate Armistice Day. FIFA saw the poppy as a political symbol. Today's weather forecast: rain in many places will gradually ease during the day. Dense fog across Northern Ireland will lift very slowly. Driest in the far east and west, with sunny spells later. Top temperatures 18 Celsius in Cardiff and London, 17 in Belfast and 15 in Edinburgh. BBC News, it's 7:05.
Thank you, Moira. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. It's us again. Are you there? Is anybody there?
On digital radio and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio.
Can you hear me now?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your radio talking.
We want to wish you all a very happy Monday morning.
This is your wake-up call.
I know this is mad, but I can't wait for Friday. Craig Revel-Horwood on the show, Russell Crowe, Belinda Carlisle and Jamie Lawson. Excellent. Today, though, it is also special because on Monday the 25th of September 2017, representing Flintshire, Mandy Glendinning is planning her first day of retirement after 19 years driving the Buckley and Connaughey Library Service. Hang on a minute, here we go. You've got to have a no, you deserve a no for that. Here we go, hang on a second.
Yeah!
Sorry, should have had that ready. Representing Staffordshire, Claire Sheldon and her family are coming to the end of a camping trip around the North Coast 500 after meandering their way around the Highlands. They're ready for the final destination, Inversnickie Castle. And representing Essex, Jim Rowe is starting renovations on Santa's sleigh for Billericay Roundtable's Christmas visits. 91 sleeps to go till the big ho-ho, putting the festive vehicle through its paces to make sure it's up to the job this year. Today's show is dedicated to anyone who has recently realised the golden glow of putting other people first, and today's show's entitled Today's the Next Available Day to Make a Difference. Good morning to all cottage industries, whether or not they're actually taking place in a cottage.
An automatic alarm turns my radio on. Before my feet can hit the floor, the music's got me ready to go. And all through the whole day, I know my favorite records they'll play. It helps me chase all my blues away when I can hear that DJ say that this is the station. HJPPY, we plan to help your day go by. I said it's the music called Natural High. Woo! On station HJPPY, we plan. Woo! Music called Natural on station HJPPY. You should hear them every day, yeah. While riding home in my car, now half the radio is never too far. I just reach out my hand, turn the dial, and I know it will make me smile. 'Cause this is station HJPPY. We plan. Yes, it is on station HJPPY.
On the way on the show, talking to Reverend Richard Coles in 1 hour from now, superstar of Saturday Strictly They Love Him, and he's got rhythm. He's not the usual annual flat-footed no-hoper that wins over the hearts and minds of the judges anyhow. He's got something going on. He's better than the norm, I think. Liked him a lot. Love the white suit, by the way, Rich, as well. Every newspaper this morning raving about the brand new series of Strictly. Shirley Ballis, people loving her, in for Len. One review saying, Len who? Highest viewing figures for the first live show of Strictly since it came back as Strictly Come Dancing. It's 12 years ago now. All good news. Also this morning, talking about Downing Street. If you were intrigued and interested in towards the end of last week. Welcome to everyone who did anything half decent at the weekend. The team are here, by the way, taking your calls now, kids, on 08000 288 291. If you're doing something for the first time ever today, also taking your text on 888 291 for all abroad. International Radio 2 calling, taking your emails from overseas, and your tweets, and your Instagrams, and your face cloths, and all that other stuff. Magnificent Matt, who works on the show, watched the world go by over a pub lunch along the beautiful River Wey. Miss Ellie spent the weekend clearing the loft of multiple hoovers, surplus curtains and spare cinema seats. Don't ask, she says, to make space for another human being in the house because, of course, she's with child, which is why somehow she wangled her way out of the Windsor Half Marathon, which she'd started training for. Yet you did all this other stuff over the weekend. Sorry, actually, the Windsor Half sounds easier than all that. Gorgeous day, by the way. Thank you, everybody who volunteered and who makes that possible every year. It's the most beautiful half marathon imaginable. Marvellous Mira celebrated her Windsor Half Triumph. She was with us with an Indian food crawl, tasting everything from bargees to dosas around northwest London. And Jumping Jimmy Flash, who sort of ran alongside me, still recovering, along with me after finishing the Windsor Half in 2 hours and 31 minutes, despite his major training failure, which was very, very good, actually, bearing in mind how little he'd prepared. But it's funny, when we first started doing this, we'd be out all night celebrating. Last night, no. There's the bed. It's got our name on it. Come on, Jim. Let's have a cuddle. 10 to 7 we were in bed last night. 10 to 7. Woke up at 2. I'd already had 7 hours sleep. Oh, joy.
There ain't much point me hanging around, yeah. One day you make me feel that your love is in my hands. One day you say you'll stay, but the next you're changing your plans. Hey, little baby, ain't much point in hanging around. Yeah. 'Cause if you ain't got time for me, I'll find another fantasy. fantasy. I said it could be the price of love, could be the price of hate. What am I guilty of? Why do you make me wait so long? I don't know your intentions. Look to the skies above. I'm in the hands of fate. Wish till I get to shove. I've got to know for heaven's sake. Is this love? Is this love or invention? Maybe can't say. I'll find another fantasy.
George Michael, Nile Rodgers, Fantasy. So good morning to the 7th O Windsor Beavers and Scouts from Seth and Theo and Quinn and all the gang who were dishing out the water at the water stations yesterday. We had a little water fight halfway around. It was fun. 24 degrees. You have to have a water fight when it's 24 degrees. Talking of the weather, good morning, Carol.
Good morning, Chris.
What is going on this morning? Where's all this rain come from?
Well, from the west moving east, but it's kind of stationary now, and it is quite heavy. The other thing we've got this morning...
Quite heavy? Quite heavy?
Yeah, but not everywhere. Everywhere you came through.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. But anyway, the other thing we've got this morning is fog. So I'm going to start the forecast in Northern Ireland.
All right.
So for Northern Ireland, you've got some dense fog. Now, it will slowly lift as we go through the course of the morning. And then for you can have a lovely day with lots of sunshine, chance of the odd shower, but it's fairly hit and miss, and a maximum temperature in Belfast of 17 Celsius. For Scotland, we've got rain extending from the Northern Isles through central and eastern parts of Scotland. Some of that is heavy as well. It will tend to ease as we go through the course of the day and turn more showery, but we'll hang on to a fair bit of cloud. Whereas in the west, this morning there's some fog patches around Tyree, Stornoway, for example. They'll lift, we'll see some sunshine coming through, and then risk of a shower or two, but again it's just a risk. Temperatures this afternoon up to about 17 Celsius at best in Glasgow and Edinburgh. Now for Wales this morning, again there's some patchy fog around. That will lift, we'll see some sunshine coming through and a few showers. Cardiff getting up to about 18 Celsius. For Northern England, you've got the weather front as well, extending through Yorkshire and Lincolnshire. But to the west, although there's some patchy fog around this morning, that will lift and break. Some sunshine and just a few showers by the afternoon. Top temperatures in Newcastle, about 17 Celsius. For the rest of England, we also have some heavy rain, particularly at the moment around the Midlands, heading down towards the southeast, the stuff that Chris came through.
Berkshire.
Berkshire as well, so loads of surface water. Chris, stop interrupting.
Runnymede.
Chris!
Sorry.
Anyway, so this is going to ease as we go through the course of the day, but parts of East Anglia and Kent off to a bright start. Through the day too, across the west of southern England,
Keep
we'll
going.
brighten up. We'll see some sunshine coming through. And you know, in the sunshine, it won't feel too shabby at all. Looking at highs up to about 19, so not quite as warm as yesterday.
Did you watch Strictly?
No, I've recorded it. I had friends staying this weekend.
Is it like you? It is like, because obviously you did it. You know,
Yeah.
is it like you did it, or is it like that never happened now?
It's like it never happened.
I can imagine.
It's like a dream. It was fabulous, but it's just like a dream.
It's like a dream. It's not what you said at the time.
I know.
Thank you, Carol.
Thanks, Chris. Bye.
Welcome to the exciting new sound of Radio 1.
Radio 1 Vintage is coming.
Music, 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 music.
A 3-day digital radio station celebrating 50 years of
Radio 1. And now the story so far. How you doing, gang? All right? All right? All right?
This could be massive, massive.
BBC Radio 1 Vintage. Available on digital radio. Saturday morning from 6. Where it began.
That sounds important, doesn't it? What an important sounding trail. Can we have one of those, please? All right, today's on this day, for the 25th of September. It comes from courtesy of an Invictus Games medalist who's presenting this year's coverage live in Toronto from 7:30. Tonight on BBC One, it's the charismatic JJ Chalmers.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, JJ. Over to you.
On this day in 1493, Christopher Columbus left Spain with 17 ships on his second voyage to the Western Hemisphere. In 1977, 4,200 people took part in the first running of the Chicago Marathon. In 1906, in the presence of the king and before a great crowd, Leonardo Torres successfully demonstrated his invention of the telequino in the port of Bilbao, guiding a boat from the shore in what is considered the birth of the remote control. In 1513, explorer Vasco Nunes de Balboa reached what would become known as the Pacific Ocean. And finally, in 2006, I Don't Feel Like Dancing by the Scissor Sisters was number 1 on the UK singles chart. It was written by Jason Sellard, Scott Hoffman and Elton John, who provided the piano for the song.
Thank you, JJ. Sorry, wrong button. Never mind. Anyway, here we go. As JJ said, with the Scissor Sisters. Sisters, I Don't Feel Like Dancing. Today's show is dedicated to anyone who has suddenly recently realised the Golden Globe putting other people first. And today's show is entitled Today is the Next Day Available to Make a Difference. Like that. Saw on the back of somebody's shirt yesterday as we were running. Saw lots of backs of people's shirts yesterday. Several thousand, in fact.
Thinking that.
Several thousand. Well, were you really, limbos? Okay.
Well, you know how it is.
7:23. So it was the national. Was it the World Championships? Yes, it was, wasn't it? The Giant Vegetable World Championships were held in Malvern over the weekend. We had the guy on last week who's in charge of them. He was gorgeous. We liked him a lot. And 4 new world records were established. Would you like to know what they were?
Please.
Coming up later. Oh, that's a teasy trail for you. Easy and teasy. Now the roads.
Busy on the M62, both directions around the M1 interchange at Junction 9. Took a call from Bradford. He called about an accident on that roundabout. Also, M62 busy westbound following a fuel spill. It's Junction 21 to 20, Milne Road through to Rochdale, but the queues are to Huddersfield at Junction 23. And if you're going the other way, it's slow from Junction 24 towards Bradford at Junction 26. Traffic's on the move again on the M1 northbound at Nottingham, 26 to 27. An accident's been moved to the side. Accident on the M6 southbound, 15 to 14. Stoke-on-Trent to Stafford. One lane is closed. Accident being moved off the M42. This one was northbound after Junction 5, Solihull. They've also cleared the accident from the M11, which was southbound before Junction 6, the M25. But the accident on the M4 is still there. It's eastbound at Langley, which is Junction 5. One lane closed. The tailback to Slough at Junction 6. Back with more in half an hour.
All right, thank you. Good old-fashioned... Sorry, no. Good old Abroads now. Here we go. Radio 2, International Radio 2 calling to you overseas. In Kuwait, can you feel our pain? We'd like to feel some of your rain, says Andy and Steve here in 40 degrees in Kuwait. 40 degrees. What do you think, then?
Don't care.
Oh, she's been really tough this one. I like it when she's tough. I find it very attractive.
Come on.
All right, good morning, Chris. I always listen to you in Belarus on the border of Russia. I am coming back to Britain, but not until next year, says Mel Rogers. Well, Mel, you let us know when, and we'll have the red carpet, the bunting and the brass band waiting for you. Mari says, good morning, Christopher. A big hello from sunny South Africa, and I just want to say we love your programme. Really? I would love to send a shout-out to my darling husband, Paolo, and to Bev, who introduced us to the show. Thank you, Bev, says Mari. OK, Mari, you got that one. We've got time for a couple more here. Here we go. Roger Morgan, expat from Fleet Hants, says, hearing about your rain today, we're also having a wet day in Perth, Australia, so I've been relegated to the ironing while listening to the programme. All right, thank you. Chris, listening to you and the gang. That's you, Lynn.
Is that me?
You're part of the gang.
I am the gang.
You're the beginning and perhaps the end of the
heavens.
gang. From sunny Puglia, southern Italy, just off for my morning swim, says John and Carla. Nice. That one for us. And is the Frothy Coffee Man really in Berlin? Did he really do the marathon there yesterday? Yes, he did. He did. The Frothy Coffee Man did the marathon in Berlin. He ran through the Brandenburg Gate. He called us all at the Windsor Half Marathon. We had a sort of... we tried to FaceTime, but it didn't work for some reason. It's probably best, judging by the looks of our faces at the time. Frothy Coffee Man says, listening to you from Berlin. Sore all over after completing the incredible Berlin Marathon. Yeehaw! Well, there you are. It's all going very well, isn't it? Sort of.
He did the Berlin Marathon.
I know.
Frothy Coffee Man, what are you thinking of?
I know. Anyway, Jawohl to you and yours over there. Come back soon. Alles klar, ja? Ja, sehr gut.
The chemical, physical, kryptonite. Help us to the base and the fading light. Oh, we were bound to get together, bound to get together. She took my arm, I don't know how it happened. We took the floor and she said, oh, don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said, you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, ooh, ooh, shut up and dance with me. A backless dress and some beat up sneaks. My discotheque, Juliet, teenage dream. I felt it in my chest as she looked at me. I knew we were bound to be together, bound to be together. She took my arm, I don't know how it happened. We took the floor and she said, oh, don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said, you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, ooh, ooh, shut up and dance with me. Oh, come on, girl.
Heather in Dudley says, thanks to the lady who kept popping up everywhere yesterday on the Windsor Half Marathon with her dog, cheering all of us on. She must know all the short because she really helped. I know exactly the lady you mean. She was fantastic, wasn't she? She did just keep appearing in a Mr. Ben-like way. Ask your parents, kids, they'll know what I'm talking about. I mean, not always, but... Alright, good morning, all cottage industries of Team GB. Even if you're not actually doing them in a cottage. Morning, busy cottage industry, spending all year making light wooden Christmas decors. In my little cottage in Brinkworth, in Wiltshire, the longest village in England. Happy ho, ho, ho. Is it 91? Sleeps to go? Oh my giddy aunt. Morning, Chris, from the cottage industry of honey production at Hazelnut Cottage in Rickinghall, Suffolk. Bottling another £100 of golden nectar literally this morning. Cheers, Alex the beekeeper. Very nice. Walk the moon, shut up and dance, darling. Rhiannon's back from the weekend. Good morning, Rhiannon Holiday.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Rhiannon from Dartford in Kent. She's 8 years of age. And what did you do for the first time ever on Friday?
I took part in my first ever swimming competition.
Right, how many races did you enter?
2.
2. And how did you do in both those races?
I came first in both of them.
Get out of here. Shut the front door. Did you really?
Yeah.
Congratulations. And what were they?
The first one was 100 metres individual medley.
Yes.
That's one length of each stroke.
Got it.
And the second one was 200 metres freestyle, which is 8 lengths of front crawl.
Yeah, that's not easy. That's not easy at all. And I understand your time for the 200 metres was 4 minutes and 30 seconds, which is really quick. I mean, you're obviously a very good swimmer. How long have you been swimming seriously for?
I've been swimming for about a year.
Well, you are a natural, and we're gonna see you at greater heights, no doubt about that.
In the club.
And do you train a lot?
I train 3 times a week.
Is that before school or after school?
Well, on Tuesday I train on Tuesday, Friday and Sunday. So on Tuesday and Friday it's after school.
Yep.
And then on Sunday it's at 7:30 until 8:30 in the morning.
Because there is no school. So God bless your mum and dad for looking after you and encouraging you and supporting you with that. So mark yourself out of 10.
403.
403. Okay, that's the number of seconds we're looking at there. Very impressive. Her name again, Rhiannon Holiday. Listen out for that in the future. Evangeline Street is here now. Good morning, Evangeline.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. Another class name on The Breakfast Show from Sed in South Manchester. And she is 6. So tell us what you're doing for the first time ever today.
I'm having my first violin lesson.
All right, will you come back tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. A bit of trepidation there. Keep us on our toes. Okay. 7:31. Here's Maura with the headlines. Hopefully.
BBC News, Angela Merkel has secured her 4th German election victory, but she now faces weeks of negotiations to form a new coalition. Her Christian Democrats had their worst performance since 1949. The far-right AfD party came 3rd and secured their first seats in Parliament. At the Labour Party conference in Brighton today, the shadow Brexit Secretary, Sir Keir Starmer, will tell members to stand ready to take charge of negotiations. Labour will also announce plans to cap credit card repayments. A surgeon has been stabbed as he walked to a mosque in Greater Manchester where he's an imam. Police are treating it as a hate crime and have arrested 2 men. Football's governing body, FIFA, is set to lift the ban on international footballers wearing poppies during matches. Last year, England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland were all fined. Today's weather forecast, early fog will lift, except in Northern Ireland. It'll be driest in the far east and west of the UK. Those are the BBC headlines. Our next news at 8 o'clock.
The 4th term for Angela Merkel. She's doing very well, isn't
What? Wow, absolutely. Must be the longest-serving European
leader.
head of state, I would have thought. Yeah,
Yeah, democratic leader, I would imagine. But, and also the coalition, because the coalition is the norm for most countries, isn't it? We think it's like abnormal, but it's not. It's the norm, isn't it?
Isn't it strange?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, Britain really is unique.
Excellent. Confirmation there from Maurice Stewart. We'll go with that on this Monday, this drizzly, grizzly Monday. Right, today's Golden Oldie, please.
It's chosen by James Troop from Leicester in Leicestershire. He says, when I was a small boy, I used to go into town shopping with my mum. I remember popping into Woolworths for a treat when this song was pumping out of the speakers. I'd love to hear it again and relive those precious childhood memories. The track that takes James back is Tony Christie with Avenues and Alleyways.
Thank you, boy.
Sleep like a baby, my little lady. Dream till the sunrise creeps into your eyes. Dream till the sunrise turns on the day in the avenues and alleyways. While you sleep, there's a whole world coming alive. Abel and his brother fighting one another in and out of every dive. The avenues and alleyways, where the strong and the quick alone can survive. Look around the jungle, see the rough and tumble, listen to a squealer cry. Then a little later in the morning paper, read about the way he died. Wake up, my pretty. Go to the city. Stay through the daytime. Safe in the sunshine. Stay till the daytime turns into night. In the avenues and alleys.
Getting a lot of gloating from the East Coast. Lots and lots of gloating from the East Coast. We've had Suffolk, we've now got Norfolk. North Norfolk, says Roger. Just to let you know, absolutely beautiful by the sea in Cromer. Well, good for you, make the most of it. Very soggy band of rain is on its way. Okay? I hope you don't get it. Sincerely. Honestly, never seen rain like it this morning. Never, ever, ever. In many years of getting up at silly o'clock in the morning, never seen rain like that at all. Anyhow, we're all still here, hopefully. Good to go. Tony Christie, Avenues and Alleyways. What a tune. So, what about the things we did on Friday and the upshot of those now on Monday? You know, on Friday we said, text us now and tell us something. Haven't told the hubby but, haven't told the missus but. So what about now? Hadn't told them but, and how did it go? Because I hadn't told my wife about the fact I was going to look at a camper van on Friday. I didn't know that the kids had told her, because the kids were in on it and they'd already told us, so she already knew. And so it was in the end, it was all a bit easier. But you hadn't told them, and how did it go? Please. By the way, I was saying to Noah, our eldest little boy, who's 8 at the weekend. Anything going on at school at the moment? Anything exciting? Not really. I mean, one of the kids is in the new Star Wars movie, but... Hey! Oh, no. It's really good, isn't it, apparently? And this is the one coming out of Christmas. One of his mates is in the new Star Wars movie. But apart from that, nothing. No conkers going on?
When the world is ours, the world is not your kind of thing. Full of shooting stars, brighter as the vanishing.
best thing about me from U2, 19 to 8. Okay, we'll have the papers next for you.
Radio 6 Music. Next week, 5 extraordinary artists come together, all in one place.
Live from Maida Vale Studios.
6 Music live at Maida Vale. Monday, Morrissey. Tuesday, Mogwai. Wednesday, OJ. Thursday, Loyal Kana. And Friday, Robert Plant. Watch their performances live at the 6 Music website and on the red button from any BBC TV channel. Every weekday morning from 10. 6 Music live at Maida Vale.
All right, thank you very much indeed. So, the newspapers this morning, the front page of The Sun. Make Me Smile, Harry, and these are pictures from the Invictus Games in Canada, in Toronto. Prince Harry was there, Meghan Markle was there. They weren't sitting together, but they were there in the same section. Harry was sitting next to Melania Trump. Seemed like they were having a bit of a giggle. The Times, Merkel win eclipsed by resurgence of the far right. It's her 4th term. Elections, of course, in Germany on a Sunday. Still don't know why we don't employ that here in Britain. Seems to work. The Telegraph front page, very representative of most things going on today. Boris is simple-minded on Brexit. Cabinet battles intensifies with Hammond. Allies claiming Foreign Secretary fails to see the intricacies of leaving the EU. FIFA backs down on the football poppy ban. Uber appoints leading barrister to fight Transport for London after they've revoked the licence for Uber to operate. Hugely controversial decision that here. Moeen smashes his way to record century. Moeen Ali has claimed the record for the fastest century made in a one-day international in England, off only 53 balls yesterday against their victory over the West Indies in Bristol. Picture once again of Angela Merkel triumphant. Germany's far-right stirs. Also in all the papers today, this picture of the NFL game which took place at Wembley over the weekend between the Baltimore Ravens and Jacksonville, as they refuse to stand for their own national anthem. It's very much an anti-Trump protest here, and it's happening a lot in the US. Public figures refusing to stand for their own national anthem. However, after the US national anthem was over, they did then stand for God Save the Queen. Which I really like. I really like the fact they did that. Standing for God Save the Queen. Right, there's pictures in all the papers as well of Mary Berry driving a flock of sheep over London Bridge, because you can do this apparently if you become a... What is it? What's the phrase? Freeman of the city. And every year this takes place, and you get to drive sheep over London Bridge. You win the right to do that. It happened to her in 2014, but she led the charge, if you like, for all the new Freemans and free women of the city over the weekend. The sheep had other ideas, by the way. And Strictly Everywhere. Strictly Debbie. Debbie McGee, How I Stay in Shape at 58. Everybody loving already the brand new series of Strictly after the first live show on Saturday. We'll have a look at that a bit more in detail after this from George Benson and Lady Love Me one more time.
If you're asking me to say, living life without you, girl, he's alright. If you really want to know, I'd have to say it's dangerous to my mind. So before you turn and walk away, just let me love you one more time. Feel your heartbeat close to mine. Let me love you all the time, baby, love me.
Benson, Lady Love Me. Oh, one more time. For years, until today, actually, until now, I thought that said Let Me Love You One More Time. I didn't. Lady Love You One More Time. I didn't know that. I had no idea. By the way, well done to Craig Charles, who didn't do Serious Joking on Friday, but just did a whole Funky Friday for 3 hours, which was all right. I mean, it was, it was fine. I mean, he sort of cut me off at the pass there. There's no need to wait for 4:15 because he just declared Funky Friday from 3 minutes past 2, and it worked. It worked for me. Steve back this week. Is he? We don't know. I'll find out. Here we go. Sam Mayo. Craig Charles. And again, Funky Monday. Well done. So I reckon Steve's going to be back on Wednesday. He does this a lot now, doesn't he? He doesn't take the weeks off. He takes a long week. That's wise, isn't it? Wise. Right, Chris, I hadn't told my husband Martin that I booked the venue, and the band had sent out 90 invitations for our 25th wedding anniversary party that I thought would be great fun to have. But he's not one for fuss, you see. However, he was really pleased that I'd done it, and he loves the venue, so that's a bonus to Sophie Hall from Bath. That's nice, isn't it?
It's worked out well.
Right, so Strictly on Saturday, Strictly Steamy. Here we go. The male loves Strictly. Now, I don't know why the male loves Strictly. Do they love Strictly because they love it anyway, or because they know their readers love it? I wonder why, which way round it is. But anyway, Jan Moyer loves Strictly Come Dancing. And she's given it a rave review. Here we go. Pick on me walnuts and stop messing about. Since Len Goodman shuffled off to the Palais de Pipe and Slippers, Strictly fans have been worried that his absence would prove calamitous to the much-loved show. Can I be honest here? After the glitter onslaught of Saturday night's 140-minute extravaganza, I didn't miss the old boy at all, not one bit. And everybody loved Strictly, it would seem. Shirley Ballas, big hit, huge hit, coming out with all the technical jargon that you want. Yeah, effortlessly, I have to say. She didn't seem nervous at all to me.
I loved your contra check, she said. Yeah. I didn't know what that was, but it sounded great.
And she complimented Brian Connolly on something I can't remember because it was so complicated. But no, everybody did very, very well. Shirley didn't seem to notice booming up on her weird, posh Merseyside accent. She's very good indeed. Shirley Ballas, the former champion Latin dancer, who made a triumphant and slightly bizarre debut. Yeah, no, I get that completely. But it was all fantastic. Debbie McGee stopped the show. She's 58 years old, Debbie McGee, former ballet dancer, but that was 30-odd years ago. She was unbelievable. The Reverend Richard Coles, he's this year's Mr. Nice Guy, but he's a Mr. Nice Guy without flat feet. He's got a bit of something going on. A white suit for a start. He had the best prop. He had a cloud descending from the lighting gantry all the way to the floor. And I thought Richard did really well. And Richard's on the show in 25 minutes talking about that. So, no, good weekend for Strictly. A record number of viewers for the first live show since it started 12 years ago. So, well done all there. What's going on with the sport?
Good weekend for Strictly. Good weekend for sport. Lots to tell you about. Let's start with the cricket. Now, I could tell you about England's second fastest ever century from Moeen Ali. In fact, I will tell you about that. 53 balls it took him in the one-day win over the Windies. But Michael Vaughan, former captain, all he wants to talk about is Joe Root, who made 80.
Whether he's playing T20 cricket, whether he's playing 50-over cricket, 5-day cricket, he just doesn't seem to change his tempo. It's very difficult to keep quiet, and he's so young, he's got so much of his career left of him. So I think in Joe Root, a fair argument now to suggest that he's probably England's greatest player across all the formats. And I hope I'm not disrespecting the greats of the past.
Next up, American football and the players' protest against, originally racial injustice, and now President Donald Trump came to Wembley yesterday. Over 20 players knelt during the American anthem. Trump called for players who do that to be fired. Jaguars' Jalen Ramsey was one who did.
He still thinks he's on The Apprentice, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Firing all these
people. We want to use our platform for what we believe is right and what we believe is good. Kids look up to us. We're role models to some people. And we want to, let them know that doing the right thing and standing or kneeling for what you believe is right is okay in this world.
You're fired.
Yeah, but that was when he made that speech. He said it, and he said it again, and he said it again. It really was like The Apprentice.
That was the TV show, Donald.
Yeah.
This is the presidency.
You're actually president.
You're
right,
fired.
Football results of note out the weekend. Celtic won the Old Firm game. Sheffield United won the first Steel City derby for 5 years. And Crystal Palace continue to be winless, goalless, pointless. They're setting all sorts of unwanted records, I'm afraid, that may never be beaten. Chelsea ladies thrashed Bristol City women 6-0 in the Women's Super League. FIFA, you mentioned, going to lift the ban on displaying the poppy, so well done them. Exeter topping Rugby Union's Premiership after beating Wasps. And Roger Federer's Europe beat the rest of the world to win the inaugural Laver Cup tennis.
Thank you.
Busy on the M62, both directions to the M1 interchange at junction 29. I've got a report of an accident at the roundabout. M62 westbound between junction 21 and 20. Milne Road through to Rochdale, one lane closed, fuel spill and a vehicle fire earlier on. It's slow from Huddersfield at junction 23. If you're going eastbound on the M62, that's slow from junction 24 towards Bradford at 26. Accident on the M62 as well, eastbound at junction 10, the M6. Those queues reach to junction 7, Rainhill Stoops. Just one lane closed on that one. A lorry's having a wheel change on the M56. It's eastbound, 10 Stretton to 9, the M6 interchange again. The queues are from junction 11, which is Preston Brook. Lorry stuck on the M6. It's southbound after junction 19, which is Knutsford. Fitch called in about this one. He says there are actually another 2 breakdowns on your way to junction 18. Accident on the M6 southbound, junction 15, Stoke-on-Trent to 14. That's to Stafford, one lane closed. Also an accident on the M1 northbound, 28 to 29, Mansfield to Chesterfield, one lane closed there. And the accident on the M4, which was eastbound at junction 5, which is Langley, that's blocked one lane. The queue now to Maidenhead at junction 8-9. I'm back with more in half an hour.
All right, there were 4 brand new records set in Malvern over the weekend for Giant Vegetables. Would you like to hear them? Here we go. Kevin Forty from Cumbran broke the world record for the world's heaviest chili with a whopping 0.348 kilograms. That's a big chili. A third of a kilogram for a chili. Ian Neal got the world record for the world's longest chili at 40.1 centimetres. That's the longest. Okay, not the heaviest. And then you had the last 2 records going to the same guy, Joe Atherton from Mansfield. World's longest parsnip, 6.5 metres. What? Nicely done, team.
Yeah.
Excellent. World's longest radish, even longer, 6.7 metres.
That's crazy.
Double what? So the news now with something or other. Jennifer Lopez whittering away here in the background.
But there are facts in our lives we can never change. Just tell me that you understand and feel the same. This perfect romance that I've created in my mind, I'd live 1,000 lives, each one with you right by my side. But yet we find ourselves in a less than perfect circumstance, and so it seems like we'll never have the chance. Ain't it funny how some feelings you just can't deny, and you can't move on even though you try. Ain't it strange when you're feeling things you shouldn't feel? Oh, I wish this could be real. Ain't it funny how a moment could just change your life, and you don't want to face what's wrong or right? Ain't it strange how we can play a part in the story of your heart? Sometimes I think that a true love can never be. I just believe that somehow it wasn't meant for me. Life can be cruel in a way that I can't explain, and I don't think that I could face it all again. I barely know you, but somehow I know what you're about. A deeper love I found in you, and I no longer doubt. You've touched my heart, and it altered every plan I made. And now I feel that I don't have to be afraid. Ain't it funny how some feelings you just can't deny, and you can't move on even though you try. Ain't it strange when you're feeling things you shouldn't feel? Oh, I wish this could be real. Ain't it funny how a moment could just change your life, and you don't want to face what's wrong or right? Ain't it strange how we can play a part in the story of your heart? I locked away my heart, but you just set it free. Emotions I felt held me back from what my life should be. I pushed you far away, and yet you stayed with me. I guess this means that you and me were
Causing chaos here. My Butterfingers, nobody else's. I accidentally turned Jennifer Lopez's Ain't It Funny down. Can't imagine why. So Gary boosted her up again behind the glass, and then I realised what I'd done, so I turned it up again. Then she's far too loud for everybody, even people that like her. Right, Monday morning, Radio 2. That's your Jennifer Lopez, and breathe again. It's over, it's okay. I told you it wouldn't hurt so much. Right, the Bangles, Manic Monday on the text 88291. We're taking your smug zones from the weekend now. Pat yourselves on the back. Our listener Dave Thomas from Cornwall came first in the heaviest cabbage category with a whopping 42 kilograms in the giant vegetable competition. Well done, Dave. Have one of these.
But I can't be late, 'cause then I guess I did
Eagles Manning Monday. So some very impressive times from our winning bidders in the Children in Need Marathon Auction Package, which is the best package, I think, that we auction every year. It doesn't necessarily raise the most, but they definitely get the best value for money. Once again, the Windsor Half yesterday was part of the whole deal. Here we have the times. Carpenter James, 2:31. Evans Chris, 2:28. Kingham Jennifer, also 2:28, but only because she was holding my hand. She could easily break 2 hours. Right, Kim, 2:36. Alex, good morning, Al, 2:28. Nina Alot, 2:20. Mira Dipala, our very own Mira. Listen to this, 2 hours, 7 minutes. What happened there, eh? Sneaky, cheeky. Well done. Benjamin Elliott, 2:09. Natasha Evans, 1:55. Oh, God. Put up with that for about 4 or 5 hours after this. I haven't really been training. All right. Cool. Stephen Dimbelow, 1:58. Well done, Steve. Angela, 1:56. Angela Grace. Andy Humphries, 1:45. Graham, Golden Graham from Steve's show, soon to be of this show again, 1:41. And Stuart Richards, 1:39. Excellent running. Well done, my friends. Good day, Habail. Thoroughly recommend it. Right, this is Radio 2, online on digital radio and on 88 to 91 FM. It's 8 o'clock. Here's Moira Stewart with that news.
BBC News at 8 o'clock on Monday the 25th of September. Good morning. Angela Merkel is putting together a new German government after winning a fourth election. Labour says it is the rank and file which has chosen how to discuss Brexit at its conference. And a study suggests there won't be enough carers to look after the increasing number of people over 85. The German Chancellor Angela Merkel is beginning to form a new coalition government following yesterday's election. Millions of voters defected from traditional parties to support the far right. Mrs Merkel was re-elected for a fourth term on a reduced share of the vote. The nationalist AfD won its first seats in Parliament. Our Europe correspondent Damien Grammaticus says Mrs Merkel finds herself a winner but less powerful.
Because of the weaker showing and the difficulty she now has coalition building, I think her attention will be diverted, and her choice of coalition partners means that she will be able to, I think, devote less time to pushing for EU reform, to backing up President Macron's ideas in France about how to reform the Eurozone. For Brexit, though, I think the meaning here is that the UK will see little change.
Labour says it would impose the same limits on credit card debt repayments that apply to payday loans. The effect would be to restrict the amount that any borrower had to repay in charges and interest to twice the amount originally borrowed. Labour's Brexit spokesman will tell the conference that the party are the grown-ups in the room and ready to take charge of the negotiations. Sir Keir Starmer will make the remarks during a debate on EU withdrawal. The Shadow Chancellor John McDonnell said it had been the rank-and-file members, not the leadership, who had decided not to debate a motion about staying in the single market after a transitional period. He said Labour was striving to protect jobs and prosperity and taking advice from business leaders as well as unions.
We believe we can have a relationship with the single market that we think will overcome a lot of the perceived disbenefits that were highlighted during the referendum campaign and gain and maintain a lot of the existing benefits. Now, again, that's to be negotiated. Our issue all the way along is that the government isn't serious about these negotiations.
The fourth round of Brexit negotiations begins in Brussels today. The European Union team will have its first chance to comment on the speech made by Theresa May in Florence on Friday. A surgeon has been stabbed outside an Islamic centre at Hale in Greater Manchester. Dr Nasser Kurdi, who's an imam at the mosque, was taken to hospital for treatment to a wound in his neck, and he was later discharged. 2 men have been arrested. Police are treating the incident as a hate crime. Twice as many people will live to at least 85 over the next 20 years, and there won't be enough people working in social care to look after them. Researchers say there'll be 3.2 million people at that age, many with complex health conditions and needing long-term care. Sarah and Pip Hockey are sisters who gave up their jobs to help care for their mother, Annie, who has Parkinson's disease.
This year alone, from the beginning of the year, we've had up to 30 different carers.
which is people just come and go all the time.
They don't get paid enough, the carers. They're exhausted, they're doing crazy long hours.
We've had to step in numerous times to cover care ourselves.
The United States has expanded its controversial travel ban to include North Korea, Venezuela and Chad. They've been added to the list of countries whose citizens are prohibited from entering the country because of poor security or alleged failure to cooperate with America. Football's governing body, FIFA, is set to lift the ban on footballers wearing poppies during matches. Last year, England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland were all fined for using the poppy to commemorate Armistice Day because it was deemed to be a political symbol. FIFA is expected to amend its rules in time for November's international matches. Our sports correspondent Richard Conway reports.
England and Scotland wore the poppy on black armbands during their World Cup qualifier at Wembley last November, while Wales and Northern Ireland were both sanctioned for displaying it in their stadiums. Last week, FIFA is understood to have sent out a draft proposal to its member nations, tightening the definition of what constitutes a political symbol. The wording is designed so that emblems such as the poppy can now be displayed if opposing teams and the competition organiser for the relevant match both accept its use in advance.
Today's weather forecast: rain in many places will gradually ease during the day and dense fog across Northern Ireland will lift very slowly. Driest in the far east and west with sunny spells later. Top temperatures 18 Celsius in Cardiff and London, 17 in Belfast and 15 in Edinburgh. BBC News, it's 8:05.
Take it, Maura!
Online, on digital radio and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2.
Here we go. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Good morning.
How do you like your eggs in the morning?
I like mine with a kiss.
Happy Monday, everyone.
Thank you, Martin. Lovely Martin Freeman from Friday's show. What a lovely show Friday was. Gorgeous guests, and they all got on so well. I think they went out for breakfast afterwards.
Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body liner. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sinora, work your body liner. Work, 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 Sinora, work it all the time. My girl's name is Sonora. I tell you, friends, I adore her. And when she dances, oh brother, she's a hurricane in all kinds of weather. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line, rock your body on time. Whoop. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body line. Whoop. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sinora, work your body line. Work, 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 Sinora, work it all the time. You can talk about cha-cha, tango, waltz or the rumba. Sinora's dance has no title. You jump in the saddle, hold on to the bridle. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line, rock your body. Rock your body, child. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Somebody help me. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Whoop. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sinora, work your body line. Yep. Work, 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 Sinora, work it all the time. Sinora, she's a sensation, the reason for aviation. And fellas, you got to watch it. When she wind up, she bottom, she go like a rocket. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line, rock your body in time. High star skirts a little higher, jump in the line, rock your body in time. Off the chimney, jump in the line, rock your body in time. Whoa. Shake, 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 Sinora. Shake your body line. Work, 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 Sinora. Work it all the time. right is the tempo. And when she gets the sensation, she go up in the air, come down.
Harry Belafonte, jump in the line, rock your body in time.
Okay, I believe
So,
you.
how was the camper van? It was very, very nice, thank you. Lush. Lush is the word. And, well, take a wild guess.
I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body in time.
I mean, now's the time, you know, if you're looking for a little boat, a little putt-putt, or a camper van, or a decent trailer tent or something, now's the time to buy them. And by the way, if you are selling one, lots of people say, okay, that's it, we've done that now. It's great, good fun, we've made the memories. We're going to move on. Price them realistically, because you don't want to chase your own price down. I've done that a load of times. You know, get it sold, get it out of the way. First loss, best loss, first profit, best profit, all that kind of stuff. Today's show is dedicated to anyone who has actually finally realised recently that there is a golden glow to putting other people first. And today's show is entitled Today is the Next Available Day, apparently. I've read it on good authority, to make a difference. Today is the next available day to do that. Hopefully there'll be another one along tomorrow, but why wait? Right, Smug Zones from the weekend. Here we go. Morning, Christoph. My Smug Monday. I did a Boeing 737. New generation simulator on Saturday near Gatwick. First time in a sim. Ooh, I like the jargon. Take off, 2 touch and goes and a full stop. No accidents. 9 out of 10, I was told. Dave Dixon in Newcastle. Well done, Dave, Paul says. Christoph, Smug Zone. Few water scorcher. Had to dig the sun cream out of the holiday bag to do the mowing yesterday. Even had time for a smug glass of Prosecco on the patio. Admiring the stripes on my lawn. Where was it, though, Paul? You don't tell us where it was. Anyway, well done. Alex from Tunbridge. Morning, Chris. Can I be in the Smug Zone? This weekend I qualified as an accelerated decompression diver with the British Sub Aqua Club. Yes, you can. Sounds mighty impressive. I'm sure it is. Christoph, aching after the 24-hour Equinox run over the weekend with the Marple Runners, who did a brilliant job, says Stephen Cross. And this apparently happened in Leicestershire. Morning, Chris. I rescued a robin. I think this is the best one from Delphine. Morning, Delphine. I rescued a robin redbreast flying around our house before Silas the cat beat me to it. Now, that could have been dreadful for all concerned, other than, of course, Silas the cat. Morning, Chris. My 13-year-old son and 3 fellow scouts took part in the Six Dales hike yesterday on his birthday and completed 26 miles in a day, says Becky in Leeds. Well done, one and all. Have one of these on us. There you go. And another week commences. Hold on tight. Should be fun. Usually is. Here's Pink now.
We are searchlights we can see in the dark. We are rockets pointed up at the stars. We are billions of beautiful hearts. And you sold us down the river too far. What about us? What about all the times you said you had the answers? What about us? What about all the broken happy ever afters? What about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? What about love? What about trust? What about us? We are problems that want to be solved. We are children that need to be loved. We were willing, we came when you called. But man, you fooled us. Enough is enough. Oh, what about us? What about all the times you said you had the answer? What about us?
Pink, 8:15. Here she comes again. So is it okay to already be looking forward to Friday? Yes, it is, isn't it? That's okay. On this show, live music on Friday at this time from Jamie Lawson from his new album Happy Accidents. Also a couple of golden oldies from him and a cover. Along with Jamie, Belinda Carlisle will be here talking about celebrating her 30th anniversary of Heaven on Earth with a special box set and a UK tour of new album Wilder Shores. Russell Crowe is going to be here discussing his latest music, The Indoor Garden Party, and then the album The Musical. Heard it, very good. And Strictly Judge Craig Greville Horde will be here talking about, of course, Strictly Come Dancing, but also he has now taken over the lead role in Annie in the West End. Now, talking of Strictly, guess who's on next? Our very own Reverend Richard Coles. Didn't he do well?
My two boys can sing every single jingle.
When we get into the car and listen to Chris Evans' Breakfast Show, it just kind of helps me switch on.
Join me, Johnny Walker, for a celebration of Radio 2's 50th birthday, as told by you.
Bartmaster, that's coming up later, by the way.
I'll never get it right. I'm always 1 year out.
There's always new stuff coming out of Radio 2. Despite that, there's still all the things I love singing along to that I've known for years.
During the day, you talk to a lot of other cab drivers, and they're all saying, "You've been listening to Terry Wogan and Janet and John."
You were surprised that my old cobblers didn't get more.
The listeners' stories.
Tuesday night from 10 on BBC Radio 2.
So already achieving record numbers, Strictly Come Dancing for 2017, the highest viewing figure for any opening episode of Strictly as far as the live shows is concerned. And helping achieve that, it's our very own Lord of the Dance, Richard Coles, of course. Good morning,
Chris.
Rich. How are you today?
Well, I'm a little bit footsore, but elated after a very, very stirring experience on Saturday night.
Well, I thought, honestly, I know we're pals, but I thought you were brilliant. I did. I really did. I really did. Now, they always give the best props to the contestants they want to stick around for longest. And when I saw you descending on your cloud from above, I thought, oh, they like him.
Well, it was lovely, and what an entrance. I've decided I'm only ever going to come into anything from now on, suspended from a cloud. Quite scary being winched up, I have to say, because you're quite high up.
Yep.
And you do get a kind of, you can see down on the judges' heads, you can see how their hairlines are doing.
Now we know, that's interesting. Now we know, we'll ask you about that next week. Now we know from past experiences, other favourites, you know, you've got your Russell Grants, etc., who have sort of been in a similar sort of vogue to yourself, but you're, with the greatest respect to Russell and the other guys, you're better than them. You've got more you've got proper rhythm going on there. No, seriously,
well,
you have.
Sure. Well, I mean, that's very kind of you to say so. It's a sort of, I try to do a kind of patterned squirming, and that seemed to work all right.
No, you're better than that.
Oh, well, you're very kind, but I think Craig may have picked up on one or two tiny technical errors in my performance.
Yeah, but you weren't flat-footed either. You know, you really weren't. I mean, Ed Balls last year, bless him, they're all quite flat-footed, all these kind of guys. You know, Jeremy, our very own Jeremy, he won't mind me saying that, he was similar, you know, a little more leaden than one would expect, but you were bouncing all over the show there.
Well, yes, I mean, I think I would go for maximum enthusiasm, if not absolute perfect execution of the steps.
Well, so how was it? So tell us, how nervous were you when you heard your introduction? Please welcome onto the dance floor, Richard Coles. How was that?
Well, the thing I'm most nervous about at that point is I'm strapped into a harness to come down on the cloud, and
right.
I have to get out of the harness in time to be ready for when the dance begins. So mostly I'm just fiddling with a harness, which doesn't so that sort of covers that moment. And then, of course, the minute the music starts and the audience clap, it's performance. And Di, my partner, is just so wonderful and so encouraging and so patient that I could have just put myself in her hands and it all goes beautifully.
And you're getting on very well, aren't you, as a couple?
Yeah.
That's
Beauty
the
and
thing.
the Priest.
Beauty and the Priest, he's got them all. I love it. He's got them all. Absolutely brilliant. But what about your standing ovation? It was a genuine, joyous standing ovation you received there.
I think the way I went about it, I think people were just enormously pleased that I got to the end without rupturing something. So there was a kind of warm applause for that, I think. But no, it was just such a great crowd, and they're so enthusiastic. But of course, there are some fantastic dancers. I feel Debbie McGee was just sensational.
She was unbelievable, wasn't she?
I mean, I saw it in rehearsal, and I tweeted a bit naughtily. I just said, Debbie McGee, wow, just wow. But Joe McFadden, Dr. Raff from Holby, just lit the place up with his jive. He's just fantastic. And, you know, everyone pulls something out that's just surprising and
It
wonderful.
sounds like you work on the show. It sounds like you're not a contestant on the show. This is so impressive, all this banter. Right, OK, now, things you've put on hold whilst you're in this. I think you are going to get minimum, I said this before, minimum week 2. Minimum. I think you'll go last 4 weeks. I really do. Honestly.
Well, that would be lovely. I'd love to do that.
Things you put on hold. So, Saturday Live, I always listen to your show on Saturday Live. So, Sean Keaveney's sitting in for you now for as long as you're in Strictly. I'm just saying, be careful. Be very careful. He was very good on Saturday, was our Sean.
Yes, I heard a bit of it. I thought
too
it was
good, wasn't
very
he? Bit too good.
I was tempted to phone in with a very difficult question to see if I could wrong-foot him, but no, I think he handled it beautifully.
So that's your radio flock being looked after with Asma Mir and Sean. What about your actual flock at your church? Do you make it for Sunday mornings now?
Yes, I'm there for all Sunday duties, and I've got a fantastic team at Find, and they're wonderful. And so I've got cover from Father Stan and Father Peter, our 2 retired priests, and a lovely team of lay people and readers as well. So we're covered, and the bishop has given me his blessing for the duration.
Well, see, it's all part of the same thing, isn't it? You got connections on high, so. But the thing is, you're literally on such a high after the show's over. You must have to leave, then, I would imagine.
Well, I do. Well, I have to kind of nip home, but I have a calming whiskey when I get in the door, and a dog on my knee, and that sort of calms me down and gets me ready for bed.
But I mean, you must be so tempted to stay, mustn't you? I mean, that is true temptation for you to resist there, isn't it?
Well, it is, but there's also kind of an enormous logjam of cars afterwards. And if you don't time it right, your car could be at the back of the queue, and you would have to wait for the party people, Alexandra Burke mentioning no names, Aston Merrifield mentioning no names, for them to get ready to go before yours gets to the front and can take you home. So it's all the getaway is important strategy.
Well, so you're obviously loving it, aren't you?
It's fantastic, Chris. It's really good fun.
Good. And you've been told, you've been strictly brainwashed. You're not allowed to tell us, give us any clue, even though we love you and you work for us more than you'll ever work for them, about what you're doing next week.
Well, I can't say anything.
Come on!
Well, all right, I'll tell you this.
Yes.
It's at the ballroom end of the spectrum. And it's closer to Fred and Ginge than it is to a celestial body descending.
I'm calling that a scoop. All right, Richard. Please talk to us every Monday after you remain in the competition right up until Christmas.
I'd love to. Thanks, Chris.
All right, pal. You're very welcome. So, 10 million people watching the opening episode of Strictly Live. That's a new record, and that's without catch-up. And I know so many people who are still to catch up with it, and are going to catch up with it tonight. Hats off to all. Again. Strictly rules.
There must be an angel playing with my heart, yeah. I walk into an empty room, and suddenly my heart goes boom. It's an orchestra of angels, and they're playing with my heart, yeah. Must be talking to an angel. 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 Must be
the mix. That must be an angel. Which reminded me, I should call my wife. So I called my wife. How are you doing? After her 1 hour 55 half marathon yesterday.
It's not bitter.
No, I'm not bitter at all. Well, actually, of course I am. And in this particular instance, my bitterness revolves around the fact that she claims she'd done very little training and wasn't that bothered about it at all. And she was clearly thrilled when she broke the 2-hour barrier. And we all hit our pit. We all hit the hay last night at 10 to 7, including Jumping Jimmy Flash, who stayed with us last night. We didn't want him to, but he sort of invited himself,
like that.
Forced himself upon us. And met his mum yesterday, by the way. Lovely.
They're a very handsome family.
They
aren't
are.
They? Very handsome family.
By the way,
What?
She's betraying her years on planet Earth, let me tell you. And she won't mind me saying she's got a big birthday coming up. Anyway, so I just talked to Tash, and Tash said, how did you sleep, babe? She said, I slept all right. She said, obviously, I got up with Jimmy. I didn't know that. Because James left the house before I did this morning, didn't you? To come in earlier than me. And apparently, I've got up to see him out. Well, that's fact. She's never done that for me. Ever. What's that about?
It's because... No, I can't tell you what.
27.
M62 westbound junction 21 to 20, Milne Road to Rochdale. Had a lane closed there, a fuel spill, a vehicle fire earlier on. The queue's back to junction 23 at Huddersfield. If you're going eastbound, there are delays again from Huddersfield towards Bradford at junction 26. Also, an accident on the M62 eastbound, very near the M6 interchange, junction 10. That's been moved off the road. It's still busy on the approach, though. They've also removed the lorry which was stuck on the M56 eastbound after junction 10 at Stretton. Again, still some delays. Got some delays if you're travelling south on the M6 after junction 19 Knutsford. Lanes closed. Our callers are saying there are up to 3 breakdowns on that stretch as you head towards junction 18. Accident recovered from the M6 southbound after junction 15, though, which is Stoke-on-Trent. M1 is busy in patches on the southbound carriageway. This is as you travel from Mansfield, junction 28, towards Nottingham, junction 25. We've had a couple of accidents on that stretch. Both sides of the road, it looks like they're all being recovered, but this is the leftover stuff. They've also removed the accident from the M1 northbound after junction 11 at Luton. London-bound delay on the M4. This is eastbound from the Reading area, junction 11, so it's kind of stop-go towards 6 at Slough. And the M25 is queuing in both directions towards the M23, clockwise from junction 5, the M26, anti-clockwise from junction 8 at Reigate. M23 also slow northbound towards the M25.
See, the traffic jams are following the Band of Rain, or the Band of Rain is following the traffic. I'm not quite sure.
Could be.
That's what it is. All right, Electronic getting away with it now. Oh, it's our theme tune. 8:28 to the headlines with Moira.
I've been walking in the rain just to get wet on purpose. I've been forcing myself not to forget, just to feel worse. I've been getting away with it all my life. Getting away. However I look, it's clear to see that I love you more than you love me. However I look, it's clear to see I love you more than you love me. I hate that mirror, it makes me feel so
claiming, I didn't see him, I just heard him. So the lights were off then, were they?
Talking to myself.
Oh no, they're singing a verse again.
Suggest that I'm selfish. I've been trying to impress that more is less and I'm repressed. I should do it instead. However I look, it's clear to see I love you more than you love me. However I look, it's clear to see I love you.
Well, that is rather good, isn't it? Electronic and getting away with it. On the way, we have 60 smashes this morning from Marvin Gaye and Kim Weston. They're together against Cilla Black. Higher or lower for those two guys with It Takes Two and Step Inside Love after Moira. With her headlines, it's 8:31, nearly 8:32. Radio 2.
BBC News. The German Chancellor Angela Merkel is beginning the process of forming a new coalition government. She was re-elected for a fourth term on a reduced share of the vote. The nationalist AfD party came third and won its first seats in Parliament. The Labour Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, has called for the UK to stay in the single market after Brexit. The leadership at the party conference in Brighton insists that it was the rank-and-file members who chose not to put staying in the single market to a vote. In Brussels, the fourth round of official Brexit negotiations is getting underway. The EU side will have its first chance to comment on last week's speech by Theresa May in Florence. Twice as many people will live beyond 85 over the next 20 years. But new research suggests there won't be enough people working in social care to look after them. Today's weather forecast. Early fog will lift, except in Northern Ireland, and it'll be driest in the far east and west of the UK. Those are the BBC headlines. Our next news at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Maura.
This is just great, isn't it?
Never a true word spoken, Vance. What was the year for this from Marvin Gaye? Kim Weston, It Takes Two.
Two can make that dream so real.
One can talk about being in love.
Two can say how it really feels.
One can worship on a star.
Two can make that wish come true, yeah.
One can stand alone in the dark.
Two can make the light shine through.
It takes two, baby. It takes two, baby.
Me and you. Just take two. It takes two, baby. It takes two, baby. Make a dream come true. Just take two.
One can have a broken heart, living in misery.
Two can really ease the pain like a perfect remedy.
Dream come true.
Just take two. Just take two. Just take two.
One can go out to a movie looking for a special treat.
Two can make that single movie something really kind of sweet.
Yeah, one can take a walk in the moonlight thinking that it's really nice.
But two walking hand in hand is like adding just a pinch of spice.
Yeah, it takes two, baby. It takes two, baby.
Marvin Gaye, Kim Weston.
Me and you.
from 1967. Played that for Dawny Fred from Ellesmere Port. Morning, Dawny. Up early this morning she was, taxiing her hubby to work and son, and then off to muck the pony out and then drop my daughter off at school. And then I'm going to work now to Collapse. All right, good.
Inside,
Higher or lower than a 67 for this, Cilla Black?
me find you a place where the cares of the day will be carried away by the smile on your face. We are together now and forever. Come my way, step inside love and stay. Step inside love, step inside love, step inside love. I want you to stay. You look tired, love. Let me turn down the light. Coming out of the cold, rest your head on my shoulder and love me tonight. I'll always be here if you should need me. Night and day, step inside love and stay. Step inside love, step inside love, step inside love. I want you to stay. When you leave me, say you'll see me again. For I know in my heart we will not be apart, and I'll miss you till then. We'll be together now and forever. Come my way, step inside love and stay.
Norfolk is still at it, sending us photographs of their glorious morning. It is beautiful, a cloudless sky, sun shining. Pride comes before a fall, though, Norfolk. You know that sunrise morning report from Gorton-on-Sea, Norfolk from Wesley? Look at that, Vassos.
Oh, my goodness.
I know.
Let's go there.
Is it the same country that we're in?
Yeah, I
I'm not
know.
quite sure it possibly could be. Having said that, the rain has abated here, and there is a little bit of blue seeping through.
Is there?
Yeah, to the left here. Come over here. Come on, come
Hang on.
This side of the clock. Come over here. Come over here. Just there. You see that there?
Oh, yeah.
Or is it my eyes? I don't know. I'm seeing blue. I'm feeling blue anyway. What the heck? All right, so 1967 for Marvin Gaye, Kim Weston, It Takes Two. Higher or lower for Cilla's Step Inside Love?
Because Cilla, I remember Cilla looking really young as she presented Blind Date, so she can't possibly be lower than a 67. So even though the numbers are against me, I'm going higher.
68. I've no idea what he's talking about.
Every Friday night,
But he's right
Sarah
somehow.
Cox brings you the sounds of the 80s.
Yes, once again, you can enjoy not only the sounds, but the sights of this Technicolor decade. With me, Sarah Cox.
With special guest, Alison Moyet.
There were such fantastic days putting out records then, because it's not like today where you get midweeks and you're given a clue of how your record's doing. For us to find out where our record was, you had to sit down and listen to the Radio 1 countdown just like everybody else, you know.
I love that you were sitting at your mum and dad's house, weren't you, on the floor?
On the floor, because we didn't have enough chairs.
Radio 2's Sounds of the 80s.
It's all available to watch immediately on the BBC Red button.
Who's this? Frankie. Morning, Frankie. Chris, can you say hello to myself? That's Wayne and I in the van. 2 weeks on the trot now from Derby to Oxford, but a Lion awaits tomorrow. Good for you. All right, what awaits for us? Vassos?
Last week, Chris, we were curious to know how our Prime Ministers moved into the country's best-known terrace, Downing Street. Your not-so-mystery guest today is a preeminent political historian who scores 10 out of 10 about number 10. Please welcome peerless peer, Sir Anthony Seldon.
Morning, Sir Anthony.
Morning, Chris. How are you?
Very well. How are you today?
Fantastic.
You sound fantastic. Now, is it true you've written over 40 books?
I have. Isn't it terrible? I'm so embarrassed.
That's unbelievable. What were you like at school?
Oh, I was so boring. I was the shocker. Yeah.
So have they all been on British politics then?
Well, history and happiness. Happiness is another really big thing I write about. How we can make ourselves happier.
How bizarre. Politics and happiness. The two.
Yeah, they don't go together, do they?
Two ends of the scale. So we were very intrigued about Downing Street, and it's all about Walpole. He was our first Prime Minister, and he was gifted this house. How did it all happen?
Well, the first Prime Minister in British history is almost 300 years old, 1721.
Right.
We had a monarch who was very powerful, but then the monarch started losing their influence to Parliament,
right.
And Parliament needed to have a leader. So it needed to have a First Minister or Prime Minister to get Parliament in order so that it could present itself with one voice. And this figure called Robert Walpole emerged in 1721 as our first Prime Minister.
Right, so, and was this King George II keeping his friends close but his enemies closer, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. They're a wily lot, these British monarchs, you know. And he thought, well, I'm going to give him a favour because that means he'll be nice to me, so I'll give him a house.
Right, now, so what happens with the rest of Downing Street? How come they agreed to divvy a house up for the Chancellor but nobody else? What goes on with it? When were these decisions made and how were they made? By whom?
Okay, so at that time, the Royal Palace was still in Whitehall, and Downing Street was a little cul-de-sac leading off it, built on a riverbed. And number 10 became available, and the monarch thought, well, that would be nice to give to my new Prime Minister to make him like me and to be favourable to him. So he gave him this house, but Walpole turned it down because it was rubbish, basically.
Right, OK. And what about these facts about Downing Street, about the brickwork being fake? Is that true? Is that true?
Yeah, it's all true. So because it was built... I mean, Downing wanted to make a lot of money quickly. He was a property developer.
Right.
So he put up pretty cheap and nasty houses that weren't strong enough, and they were on this very weak foundation, an old riverbed. So it started crumbling. So Walpole thought, well, don't like that very much. As a result, so subsequent prime ministers have found that there have been these great kinds of gaps, coming in ceilings and on their walls. So it's constantly had to be propped up. And the front of Downing Street is just kind of stuck together, and the brickwork is painted on to make it look like bricks.
All right, in more modern times, which Prime Minister would you say has enjoyed Downing Street the most and tried perhaps rather sort of mischievously to make it their own?
Ted Heath, who took us into Europe, used to bring in top musicians. He loved classical music, and they'd perform there. Margaret Thatcher got it made very ornate and put a lot of very elegant ceilings on, including an image on one of the ceilings of a Thatcher as a joke. Tony Blair loved it, would have all kinds of popular musicians and comedians through. Harold Wilson had done the same with the Beatles. So, every Prime Minister tries to make it a way of projecting their own image onto the national stage. It's a fantastic building. It's like the TARDIS from Doctor Who. You go in this little black door and you think, well, this is going to be just quite an ordinary townhouse. But then it opens up into this really quite considerable space.
How many times have you been there?
Golly, don't know. I should think probably 100. I first went there 25 years ago when John Major was Prime Minister, when I was writing a book about him. I was so nervous. I couldn't... He asked me to ask him a question. I couldn't think what to say other than what's it like being Prime Minister? And... so I just love that building.
All right, you're currently writing a book, Theresa May's biography. Do you feel like this is more urgent than perhaps you thought it might have been when you began it, or how's it going?
Well, we've had 54 prime ministers in just about 300 years, so the kind of average age is about 5 years. I think she'll probably make that. I mean, it's easy to forget that most prime ministers, when they're in there, everybody wants to get them out. The opposition party but above all their own party. I mean, that's where the real enemies lie.
That's what Churchill said, wasn't it? He said, Churchill said, the enemy's not over there, the enemy's behind me, is what he said.
Absolutely, all the way through. I mean, same with Thatcher, same with Blair, Gordon Brown, David Cameron. I mean, it's the people on your own side you've got to watch, and they all come in every week to Cabinet and sit in that quite small Cabinet room. You've got ghosts in the building. A Prime Minister who was assassinated in 1812 called Spencer Perceval is supposed to haunt the building in a long coat and a black top hat. So keep an eye out for him, Chris, if you're there. Watch carefully.
You're the man. All right. So we got to go. I could talk to you all morning, and I know you could talk to us all morning because you're very good at that, which is why you're such a brilliant author. Sir Anthony Selden there, talking about Downing Street and his book 10 Downing Street, the illustrated history, is going to be republished very soon.
Street life, it's the only life I know. Street life, and there's 1,000 parts to play. Street life, until you play your life away. You let the people see just who you wanna be, and every night you shine just like a superstar. That's how the life is played, a tempting masquerade. You dress, you walk, you talk, you're who you think you are. Street life, you can run away from time. Street life, for a nickel or a dime. Street life, but you better not get old. Street life, or you're gonna feel the cold. There's always love for sale, a grown-up fairy tale. Prince Charming always smiles behind a silver spoon. And if you keep it young, your song is always on. Your love will pay your way beneath the silver moon. Street life, street life, street life, oh, street life. Yeah. I'll play the street life because there's no place I can go. Street life, it's the only life I know. Street life, there's 1,000 parts to play. Street life, until you play your life away. Oh!
The brilliant Street Life Crusaders. Not bad for a Monday. Cheeky one, that on a Monday. Fine on a Monday. 10 to 9. Well, he was rather fascinating, wasn't he? Very clever chap. He's written over 40 books. Although, it's a bit of a cheat. the illustrated guide to.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more going on than just the caption writing from Sir Anthony Sullivan there. Currently working on Theresa May's biography and is the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Buckingham. And he was very good on our show, so thank you very much. A bit long that, but he was interesting enough, hopefully, to make it worthwhile. So, Ruth Langsford... Last is a bit of fun on Saturday. Nobody gets voted off, do they, on the first Strictly? But Ruth Langsford was in last with Anton. She waltzed her way to 16 points. Aston from JLS and Jeanette Manrara, they got 31 points there. They're top of the shop. And Debbie McGee was Giovanni in second position. Very good. If you haven't watched Strictly from the weekend, watch it tonight on Catch Up on the iPlayer. It's there for you. On the text now, 88291. Today's top 10 news, please.
About half an hour ago, we spoke to Richard Coles, our friend of the show. You're predicting great things for him. You're predicting minimum week 2 for Richard. Absolute minimum week 2. So how about 88291, please, on the text, your tenuous links to the fame of celebrity vicars. So we've got Richard, we've got Kate Botley, we've got...
Roger Royal.
Yeah, Dawn...
The loose cannon, as we used to call him.
Is that what we used to call him?
Canon Roger Royal, the loose cannon.
Dawn French, Vicar of Dibley.
Derek Nimmo. Do you remember Derek Nimmo? He's very good, wasn't he?
Super celebrity vicars, please, 88291.
Derek Nimmo wasn't a real vicar, but you don't have to be a real vicar, do you?
No, you don't.
By the way, Ruth Langsford, Lynn, you thought she came last in the Windsor Half Marathon,
Because
didn't
you've
you?
been talking about the half marathon now, and you said she came last. So it's like, she did that as well. Flipping heck. She's a toughie.
She stepped up her game a little bit, hasn't she?
Lord.
Right, 8 to 9, Radio Tea Time. Who's in the locker with Vass now?
So, has anyone been wondering what Graham Bell's been up to for the past month? Super skier, sensational Ski Sunday presenter. Good morning, Graham.
Morning, how you doing?
Yeah, all good, thank you. So tell us where you've been for the past month.
I've been sailing across the Atlantic Ocean with the Clipper Around the World Yacht Race. Basically, it's a race that takes kind of amateur sailors, trains them up, and they race around the world. I'm not going around the world. I'm
right
just doing leg one.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a bit busy this winter.
You are.
But yeah, I just spent 5 weeks at sea.
It's right up your street, this, isn't it?
Oh, no, I love it. I mean, I did a bit of sailing in the past. I've sailed with Ben Ainsley and did the Fastnet with Alex Thompson, who just placed second in the Vendée Globe. And, yeah, but this was just incredible. This was just, 4.5 weeks at sea. Sailed over, it was like 6,400 nautical miles. 12 boats all racing each other down across the Atlantic.
What do you actually have to do on board, Graham? What's your actual job?
Well, there's only one professional sailor on the boat, and that's the skipper. Everyone else is in watch systems. And so there's 20 people on the boat. There's only 10 bunks. The skipper gets his own bunk. Everyone else has a hot bunk. Mm-hmm. And you go into a watch system. You do 6 hours on, 6 hours off during the day, 4 hours on, 4 hours off at night. And you rotate in this watch system. And the skipper can't be awake the whole time. So effectively, you're sailing the boat. And so you're trimming the sails, you're making sure you've got the right sail plan up. So you're changing head sails, you're putting reefs into the main sail if it gets overpowered. Basically, you're working hard and sailing the boat. And it's a 70-foot racing yacht, and it's not built for comfort, it's built for speed.
Well, you're safely on land again, which is fantastic. What's the thing that you missed most during your 4.5 weeks at sea?
Well, I would say kind of deer, but actually, no, it wasn't. It was kind of land. I missed kind of seeing green. You spend the whole time just out on the ocean, and all you see is just kind of sea and sky. There's a lot of wildlife, saw dolphins, saw whales, even saw a shark. And, you see and all the seabirds and the flying fish. So you see all the wildlife, but you just kind of, after a while, you just kind of miss the green of land.
Well, Graham, good to have you back on land. All the best. We'll speak to you soon. We'll catch up soon, no doubt.
Winter soon. We'll be skiing, not sailing. But yeah, the race goes on. The race goes on from here. I'm only doing leg one. Hats off to the Round the Worlders.
Yeah.
They're going to be doing this race for the best part of the year.
Yeah, left in Liverpool in August, and they'll be back in Liverpool about next summer.
Thank you very much indeed. That was our bass. Here's Arlene.
Thank you. M62 westbound, junction 21 to 20, Milne Road to Rochdale. Lane closed after a vehicle fire earlier on. There's also a fuel spill on the carriageway. It's slow from junction 23, which is Huddersfield. Also an eastbound queue on the M62, junction 23 to 26. That's as you head towards Bradford. M62 is also busy on the approach to the M6 interchange. This is from the Liverpool side. That's after an accident was removed. Delays on the M56 as well if you're travelling east towards junction 10 at Stretton. Again, an earlier accident. It's all gone. However, there's now a westbound delay because there's a breakdown near junction 10. M1 is busy in patches as you travel south. Junction 28 Mansfield past Nottingham to junction 25. We had a couple of accidents, indeed, on both sides of the road. They've all been cleared now, though. M1 is slow southbound from Northampton, junction 16 to 14 at Milton Keynes. An accident at the front of that queue. And then 25, queuing in both directions towards the M23. That's junction 7. Clockwise from junction 5. That's the M26. Anti-clock from before junction 8 at Reigate. Back with more in half an hour.
So Ken's got Michael Aspel on this week with him. Yes. It's lovely, isn't it? Choosing the tracks of his years. I love Michael Aspel. And the other pick of the parade as far as guests on Radio 2 go today, I would say 7 o'clock tonight, The Blues Show with Paul Jones with Van Morrison in conversation. Wow. That doesn't happen very often, does it? No. Well done all, especially Paul.
Progenitors, are your excuses any better than your senators? He held a conference and his wife was standing by his side. He did her dirty, but no one died. I saw Sonny listed on the street last night, black-fisted and strong, singing redemption song. He motioned me to the sky. I heard heaven and thunder cry. Run for cover. Run while you can, baby, don't look back. You gotta run for cover. Afraid of the fear that's a played out trap, man. You know you're not the only one. And don't look back, just run for cover. What are you waiting for, a kiss or an apology? You think by now you'd have an A in toxicology. It's hard to pack the car when all you do is shame us. It's even harder when the dirtbag's famous. I saw my mother on the street last night, all pretty and strong, singing the road is long. I said, Mama, I know you tried, but she fell on her knees and cried. Run for cover. Run while you can, baby, don't look back. You gotta run for cover. Don't be afraid of the fear that's a played out trap, man. I know you're not the only one. And don't look back, just run for cover. And there was nothing she wouldn't give just to trust him with her nightmare, with her dreams. She's running just to trust him. He got a big smile, it's fake news. Just run for cover, you got nothing left to lose. Run for cover. Run while you can, baby, don't look back. You gotta run for cover. Don't be afraid of the fear that's a played out trap, man. You know you're not the only one. And don't look back, just run for cover.
Brand new from Wonderful Wonderful, the brand new Killers album that was released on Friday. That's Run for Cover, which technically, I suppose, is their single. Not that it matters, to be honest. On the text 88291, looking for today's top 10 news, your desperate, fragile, fractious links to the claim to fame of celebrity vicars, if you don't mind. Just looking at the telly tonight, Invictus Games on. BBC One, 7:30 after the One show. Antiques Road Trip, 7 o'clock. 9 o'clock, you got Relic on again. People love Relic, aren't they? They're loving Relic. Okay. Why is it called Relic? Killer backwards. Did you know that? You do now. You probably did anyway. All right, moving on. We're coming back with the Gobsmackers from Stevie Nicks and Blondie after the news with Moira Stewart. It's 9 o'clock.
The German Chancellor Angela Merkel is putting plans in place to form a new coalition government after being elected for a fourth term. Her party, the Christian Democrats, won yesterday's election, but with its lowest share of the vote in many decades. The far-right AfD party came third. Mrs. Merkel's Chief of Staff, Peter Altmaier, said the mainstream parties retained a large majority in Germany and none would be willing to cooperate with the far right, which would be isolated.
When you compare it to neighboring countries in Europe, in France, in Italy, Belgium, the Netherlands, you will conclude the far right is weaker than in all the other countries around Germany. Nevertheless, we would have been happy if we could have avoided such a shock to the system.
Labour is promising to limit the amount of interest that can be charged on credit card debts. The party wants to impose the same limits on credit card debt repayments that apply to payday loans to ensure nobody is charged more than twice the amount of their original credit card debt. During a debate on EU withdrawal at the Labour conference in Brighton today, the shadow Brexit Secretary Sir Keir Starmer is expected to say that the party are the grown-ups in the room on Brexit and stand ready to take charge of negotiations. London's Labour Mayor Sadiq Khan has questioned if we do leave the EU.
Very, very few people, I'm sure some did, voted to make us poorer, but very few people did. And what the British government's got to do is stop squabbling and act in the national interest.
The fourth round of Brexit negotiations will begin in Brussels today, 3 days after Theresa May sought to revive talks in a speech in Florence. The European Union team will have its first chance to comment on her speech, in which she proposed remaining in the single market for a transition period of around 2 years after Brexit and honouring financial commitments to the EU. The United States has expanded its controversial travel ban to include North Korea, Venezuela and Chad. They've been added to the list of countries whose citizens are prohibited from entering the US. Charles Haviland reports.
In a proclamation on the revised travel ban, President Trump said he was protecting America's security. For the first time, restrictions are placed on 2 non-Muslim countries, North Korea and Venezuela. Chad, which is mainly Muslim, has been added, while Iran, Libya, Syria, Somalia and Yemen remain restricted. Mr. Trump's original travel ban sparked protests and many legal setbacks. In June, the Supreme Court allowed a modified version to take effect.
Research by the University of Essex suggests that fish have complex personalities. Scientists studied individual traits in tiny fish called Trinidadian guppies and found that the fish behaved differently in different situations. Today's weather forecast: rain in many places will gradually ease during the day and dense fog across Northern Ireland will lift very slowly. Driest in the far east and west with sunny spells later. BBC News at 9:03 are next at 10 o'clock.
Hey, Gamora!
Online, on digital radio and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2.
Gobsmacker time now. Today is chosen by Emma Vernon from Torquay in Devon. How it is there today. Emma, text and tell us. She says these 2 tunes are sung by 2 of the coolest women in music. One is an early 80s hit by the Queen of Rock and Roll, while the other is sung by one Deborah Harry, who proves she can still get a crowd dancing when I saw her live early this year. Emma has picked Blondie with Heart of Glass, but first, what about this? Stevie Nicks with Edge of 17.
Just like the white winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. She's singing, ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh. And the days go by like a strand in the wind, in the web that is round. I begin again. Said to my friend, baby,
You're listening to the Chris Evans Breakfast Show on BBC Radio 2.
Heart of Glass on Radio 2. Today's Gobsmackers, thank you so much for those. And we'll take more. Hubba, hubba, roll up, roll up. Come on now. While you can, bbc.co.uk/Radio 2, our pages and the Gobsmackers for tomorrow's show, no less.
Pure drama.
What's happened?
People are talking about it.
What?
What?
I suppose you missed it.
No, you wanted it kept a secret, but...
Yes, so everyone keeps telling me.
People will be talking.
It was you, wasn't it? Talking about me.
Everyone is talking about Dr. Foster.
Were you always like this? I think you know I absolutely was.
Dr. Foster. Watch the series so far on BBC iPlayer.
On the way on your Radio 2 today, Ken Bruce at 9:30, Jeremy Vine at 12 o'clock, Craig Charles at 2, at 5, Simon Mayo, 7 o'clock. The Blues show with Paul Jones today with Van Morrison in conversation. Now, that doesn't happen very often. It's not very easy to achieve in any way. But Paul Jones has done it because he's a pal of Van's, and that's the only way you can really pull that off. Joe Wiley, 8 o'clock. The Story of Light with Paul O'Grady at 10. And Johnny Walker's Long Players at 11 o'clock tonight. Liam Gallagher for us now.
All my intentions were good, and heaven holds a place somewhere for the misunderstood. You know I'd give you blood if it'd be enough. Devil's on my doorstep since the day I was born. It's hard to find a sunset in the eye of a
Gallagher for what it's worth, 9:15. And that's why you only ran 4 miles last night. Because it's coming to an end.
Quite possibly.
What do you mean, quite possibly? That's exactly what's
But
happening.
even I'd worked that out.
All right, okay, good.
It doesn't bode well for the race, then.
Doesn't matter. There are other races, more important ones. Caroline and Russ says, morning, Chris, can you give us a shout out as we're lounging? This is good. We're lounging around in our camper van. Now, it's Monday morning. The rest of the world's at work. They're in their camper van. Sounds idyllic already.
Lounging.
Listening to the show. That's the only downside. While on holiday in beautiful Southwold, one of the most beautiful places on the planet. Have you been?
Yes.
Have you? We've never talked about Southwold, have we?
Yeah.
Southwold is the place, man. If it was a bit nearer, I'd go all the time.
Then there's that walk you can do across the beach to the pub.
There are several pubs, often with floodlines on them. This pub has been this flooded in the past. We don't care. It's not today. Give us a pint. We're enjoying a brew and looking forward to our shellfish platter later. That's very shellfish, if you don't mind us saying. The only thing I can remotely offer up against that is I've got a tin of tomato soup here. After the show's over, I'm going down to the 3rd floor. I'm going to microwave this. I'm going to nick a paper cut from the coffee machine. I'm going to have this on the car, or in the car rather, on the M25 on the way home. And I might even sneak off to you-know-where to get a completely nutritionless but gorgeous tasting pasty.
Oh, yes.
Well. Might
I
go
would.
there.
Yeah.
Might go there. I mean, they're no good for you. There's nothing in them.
Doesn't matter.
They taste
lovely.
It's unbelievable. It's just sugar and butter. Allegedly, they have something inside it, but it doesn't matter. All right, today's top 10 news, please, Vass.
Is Celebrity Vickers. Richard Coles was on the show an hour ago, so let's start with Richard, who's going to be great in Strictly. Laura at number 10 says, my old milkman is Reverend Richard's gardener, and I visited his garden last year. At number 9, Jane, my dad Alan went to school with David Shepherd, the cricketer, who later became Bishop of Liverpool. Kate at number 8. My husband was a production assistant on a film in the 90s where Michael Gove played a vicar. He didn't realise it was Michael Gove until he saw a clip on Have I Got News for You. Number 7, Jane. Just back from a lovely week on a canal boat, we visited the church where Reverend Audrey wrote the Thomas the Tank Engine books. Carl at number 6. Kate Botley taught my girlfriend religious education at Ecclesfield School, Sheffield in the 90s, and her husband taught me music. At number 5, Cecil. I was an altar boy in Gibraltar when Monsignor Mark Miles was ordained. Mark is now the Pope's interpreter. At number 4, Denise. My grandma came to my 30th birthday party in fancy dress as the Vicar of Dibley. She was 80 years old and looked amazing. Anna at number 3. My dad is the Vicar of Melton Mowbray, and he famously does the Pie Festival blessing in poetry form. At number 2, Janet. My best friend Simon, who is a vicar in Soho, is also Margaret Thatcher in Spitting Image, and he's now puppeteering as the nodding dog in the Churchill adverts. And Claire at number 1. My parents were in the same church drama group as former Portsmouth author Roger Royal. His party piece was standing on the table in the pub to belt out Shirley Bassey's Hey Big Spender.
No way. Can't believe that for a second.
I could see you were a man of distinction.
Thank you for all those.
A big spender, good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? So let me get right to the point. I don't pop my cork for every man I see. Hey, big spender, spend a little time with me. Wouldn't you like to have fun? How's about a few laughs? I could show you a good time. Let me show you a good time. The minute you walked in the joint, I could see you were a man of distinction, a real big spender, good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? So let me get right to the point. I don't pop my cork for every man I see. Hey, big spender. Hey, big spender. Hey, big spender. Spend a little time with
From one Welsh wonder to another. No, I'm not talking about Lynn Bowles. I'm talking about Leslie Griffiths. You can't you can't move for them around here. It's like Wales invading. For heaven's sake, if it's not the Scots, it's the Welsh. How are you?
Well, that's a moment of civilization for you all. Yes.
Right, olive branches ahoy. What are you pausing for thought on today?
Well, it's Radio 2, and I want to say happy birthday. Because we're celebrating half a century of our favourite music, great characters, lots of wise and witty words, and endless unforced cheerfulness. We must all raise our glass to a great station and wish it well for the next 50 years of its life. Now, I go back to its predecessor. No valves or tuning knobs in our house. Radio Rentals gave us 2 switches, one for the home service and the other for the light programme. Today we rejoice in a rich array of stand-up comics, but my mind goes back to the golden age of British comedy. Just think of these: Educating Archie, The Clitheroe Kid, The Goons, Hancock's Half Hour, Itma, Life with the Lions, Much Binding in the Marsh, Navy Lark, Raise a Laugh, Round the Horn, Take It From Here. These were all star shows with huge audiences. And Test Match Special with E.W. Swanson, Rex Alston and John Arlott had us giggling and gasping in equal measures. I remember Jim Laker's 19 wickets against the Australians and Fred Truman's 300th wicket and Tom Graveney's smooth batting style. Poetry on 2 legs, that was him. And Sunday Half Hour, always at 8:30 p.m. when all God-fearing people were home from chapel and having their supper. Bread of Heaven we'd sing in 4-part harmony as we'd plead that our mum would feed us evermore. And we cried out, O come, Emmanuel, so loudly that we wouldn't have been surprised if, hearing our shout, the good Lord himself hadn't come through the door in response. When the show was over, whether it had been done on air or not, we'd always sing, The day thou gavest, Lord, is ended, the darkness falls at thy behest. To thee our morning hymns ascended, thy praise shall sanctify our rest. And so we entrusted ourselves to the Almighty for our safekeeping during the hours of the night. So simple, so bright, such magic memories. So, Radio 2, stand by your beds. You have a great past to look back on, but the future waits for more. Good luck to you all.
Thank you, Leslie. What a beautiful eulogy that was. And this Radio Rentals 2-button thing, I wasn't aware of that, so there was no dial.
No, you press this one for that, and that one for this.
A choice of 2.
Exactly. I mean, just think of it now. I mean, my kids, well, your kids, couldn't believe it.
No, 2. So that was on the radio or on the bottom of the telly?
No, we had a little box fixed to our wall.
Okay.
We rented the radio from the Radio Rentals shop.
Oh, that's what it was. That's where because I remember Radio Rentals for the tellies, but not for. So it wasn't.
Radio.
That was what it was.
Jack DeManio on Radio 4. Well, it was the home service for the Today programme.
A box on the wall. A rented box on the wall.
That's it. Wow. It's in a rented box that I'll go out in. So.
All right, so you're renting.
Indeed.
Okay, breaking news here from the Minister. All right, so Leslie's back on Wednesday, the 18th of October, and we can't wait. Have a lovely time till then.
See ya.
Bye-bye. Barnum, You're the Voice, and before that, The Voice. Our very own Leslie Griffiths, whom we love. We're just talking about him. Leslie, if you're on the way out and you can hear us in the corridor, we're just talking about how brilliant you are, how much we all love you.
And we're jealous of your voice.
We're very jealous of your voice and the way you go, too. We're all going to have a go, actually. That's the truth of the matter.
Yes.
In the good old-fashioned. Lynn first.
M62, westbound between junction 21 and 20. That's Milne Road through to Rochdale. One lane closed. It's a fuel spill and a vehicle fire, which was earlier on. It's all under control, I believe, but it's slow from junction 23, which is Huddersfield. Eastbound, there's been a bit of a queue as well on the M62. Junction 24 to 26. That's as you head towards Bradford. Accident on the A14. Just getting word on this one. Westbound at junction 8, Kettering. Thanks to Vulcan Bomber, you are managing to get past it. M1 is slow southbound from Northampton, junction 16 to 14 at Milton Keynes. There's an accident at the front of that queue. M25 still busy in both directions towards junction 23. Clockwise, it's kind of stop-go now from junction 5, which is the M26. Anti-clockwise from junction 8 at Reigate. And traffic is slow eastbound past Andover. There's been an accident on the A303. It's eastbound at the Andover-Walworth Park turnoff, which is the A3093. I'm back with more in half an hour.
All right, Chris, you thanked Leslie for his eulogy. Isn't that a speech, kind words about something or someone that's just died? It doesn't have to be, OK? Radio 2 hasn't died. It doesn't. It can be especially about that, but it doesn't have to be about that, man. What's wrong with you people? All right, Chris, can I please have a good old-fashioned dirty double for Lucy, winning 2 Ironman races in 2 weeks? Thank you from Iron Kid Billy. That's very good. Well done on the dirty double. Here's Lynn.
Can I have good old-fashioned Feliz Cumpleaños? This is to my nephews, Harry and George, in West Sussex. They share a birthday today. That comes from Auntie Amelia and Uncle Andy, who are in Spain.
Leroy, Kiara, Ian, Kelly, and Carl. Can I have a good old-fashioned happy 60th birthday to Jill Raimondo, who's partying around the pool on holiday in Rhodes?
Not bad. Good old-fashioned hooray to Caroline and Jamie Wright, who are travelling to Devon after 12 years away. Hey! Looking forward to seeing them later. From Debbie and Amy in Newcombe.
Mr. Whitaker says, may I have a good old-fashioned best of luck to the pupils of Lipson Vale Primary School as they embark on their first full day at school today.
And Anne and Chris would like a good old-fashioned get out of bed to our son Andrew on his 16th birthday.
Get out of bed, you. Come on, you lazy loafer.
Are you talking to me? What?
No, you're here.
I'm awake.
By the way, you and Michael Aspel, there's a dream team on the radio this week.
We've got the conversation a little bit later on, and what a lovely man. And
He's cool, isn't he?
Funny as ever.
How is he? What's he up to? What's he doing?
Well, he's enjoying later life, that's all.
No, but he must be on for a reason. He must be up to something. That's what usually happens.
That's the way you think, isn't it?
Yeah,
we
it is.
We invited him to come and talk to us, and he was happy to oblige.
Well, I can't wait to hear him.
It'll be on a little bit later. Just wait.
Last night I was feeling something wasn't
It's not so